dicky, aren't I? Hello, we are live. Whoa, copyright my own music there. I'm promoting myself. Right. I'm going to close that door in a sec, don't you worry. But I need to promote this because obviously this is the most important stream of the day. And Coach Isaac Cockle can suck a dick, as usual. Hold on, we'll just tweet that out, of course. Tweet it out, hashtag it, blow this shit up. Perfect. Hello, good afternoon all. As always, Coach Eli can suck a dick. His comments, not worth listening to. I'm going to get a drink. And prepare myself. Yep, Eli, eat a dick. Huge, massive, black one. Oh my God. Does anybody else feel their blood just boil when it comes to him? Dropped a new video on Coach Eli. Good. Did you hear what he said about you, Riley? Apparently you're unhappy in your marriage. Your wife should leave you. He's happy I'm single because he'd rather jerk off than date a woman like me. Whoopsie. I don't know if you all saw, but triggered Eli in Lewis's stream by putting hashtag Lycan Legion Forever. I hashtagged Brutal Mafia and I hashtagged Riley is awesome and put it in his chat. And he didn't like it apparently. He didn't like that I put all the hashtags in there before I left. And amazingly, I'm still not banned. Although, if he sees the comment I left him before I left when he cut the stream off, I might get banned because I did put Eli suck a dick as my last. I couldn't leave without J Rom's special message to him and Riley's special message of eat a dick, because obviously I don't know whether you got banned, but obviously Riley did, Jamie did. Everyone, it seemed, apart from me, got banned. But Eli did try and roast me in there. He's like, well, I jerk off instead I have you. If you think my ideal man is a bald 40-year-old, mentally challenged, doesn't love himself, projecting a-hole, then you are highly mistaken. Just saying. Putting it out there. If you didn't know and you didn't watch Eli's stream earlier, he failed on another relationship, which didn't even become a relationship because she didn't pick up the phone. She didn't pick up the phone. How many women didn't pick up the phone to Eli in the last couple of weeks? How many of them don't want to talk to him? The yellow gloves. Hey, sweet people. Hi yourself. I got banned for telling him for calling Joe Buddy the M-word. Yeah. And you were banned as well, Riley. You smashed the like button. You can smash it, share it out. I don't care who sees it. Eli, unfortunately, is totally delusional to the fact that I am now single and I don't have a partner to worry about, and I have kids that are adults. So amazingly, unlike Coach Eli, I have free time because I work from home. I control him the same time as working. How great is life when you can do two things at once? I've been sitting here working and trolling him at the same time because I don't have a partner and I don't need a partner. Look at Coach Eli. He is miserable whether he is dating somebody or not dating somebody. So believe me, if I have to be as miserable as Eli to have somebody, I'd rather be single. Just saying. If anybody has any comments on Coach Douchebag, please share them. Not a lot of time. I'm a driver. Exactly. Multitasking. Yes, Yellow Gloves. Multitasking. And if you are Coach Eli, Yellow Gloves, I don't care. I really don't. My opinion on YouTube is that everyone's allowed an opinion. Whether it's right or wrong is debatable. But I don't ban anyone. Everyone can have an opinion on YouTube. Unless you're like Coach Eli, where you take over a poor guy's chat, ban everyone, and then wonder why his view count goes from like 30 people to basically his mobs. Who are you trying to get to come to your channel if you ban everybody? No one was actually saying anything bad in Lewis's chat. Nobody. Everyone was saying hi and being nice and chatting. And then Eli swooped in and started banning people and wouldn't come on the stream unless he had a wrench. And then he modded all his little friends so they could stop being butthurt over the trolls. Poor Lewis is like Furious Reactor. They just brainwash them. Why does he keep calling Tyler and Claire children? They're 6 months away from being out. My kids, my eldest is 18 years old. 18. My next child is 17. So I have 2 kids that are virtually adults. And I have a 12-year-old who, if Eli's wondering, so I don't badger my kids around here, they're not here. My 12-year-old doesn't even live here. So I have free time to badger, troll, and do as I like because I'm an independent, single woman who don't have kids around. I've grown up, Eli. I've got a place of my own. I have kids. Yes, I don't have a partner anymore, but Eli, I can safely say that mine still talks to me every day. And aside from that, I can guarantee you that I can get a girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, before you would even get a woman to answer you on the phone. Eat a dick, Eli. Yeah, everyone is allowed an opinion. But apparently, if your name's Coach Eli, he has a coaching channel. Don't watch it, believe me. If you want to watch some coaching, watch my channel. You will get endless amounts of coaching tips from my channel. Just saying. But if anyone would like to come on the panel and tell Coach Eli in real time to eat a dick, suck a cock, I don't know, whatever you want to tell him, feel free. I don't mind. I've dealt with Coach Eli for 2, 3 years. A leopard never changes its spots. Never. He will always be the same pathetic, time wasting, trying to control everything on YouTube, believing he's this some kind of Greek god, some narcissist, some lord all fucking mighty on YouTube, and he's not. And quite frankly, him giving me advice, are you sure you want to do that, Eli? Because you don't want to hear my response. So unlike Eli, who has to ban 90% of his channel, I'm going to hit 2K before he does. He may have 4K fake subs, but I have nearly 2K real subs. Are you annoyed that I'm with Lycan? Does it get under your skin? Is that what it is? Does it get under your skin? Can you not sleep at night because we're all friends? Is that it? Are you not the kid in the sandbox anymore? Or are you the kid on the sideline wanting to play on the team and no one wants you? Is that it? Is that how your life has been? Have you always been excluded, Eli? Well, you're excluded on YouTube and you did that yourself. Yeah, I feel honoured he watched my video. He watched my video and took nothing from it because he's too much of a man to admit that everything I said this morning, yesterday, the day before, and every other video I've ever done on him was 100% true. And I know it must hurt you right here, Eli, to know that a woman was right about you. Is that what butt hurts you? Is that it? Is that why your butt hurt by a woman? Because a woman told you that your channel was shit. You sat there, you listened to it, and then this afternoon you badgered me. Which is it, Eli? Do you like my advice? Do you not like my advice? It must be hard between the two, because you don't want to admit that a woman and Coach J-Rom were right. Your channel is sucky. Your intros are literally the thing that makes people regurgitate. Your approach, your demeanor, your behavior is so repulsive. I don't know how we manage to watch you without literally, our brains frying. Your presence on YouTube isn't wanted. I don't know how long you flog a dead horse with the same stuff, but you can't listen, even though you're a life coach. Why is that, Eli? Why? The narcissist God complex that he has, that's his downfall. Yeah, you have a God complex, you are a narcissist, and you said that I was a bad person. Am I? I'm that much of a horrible person that I am a member of multiple communities that like me, come to my channel. I'm sorry that I am liked on YouTube. Do forgive me for having, as I said in Lewis's chat, it is allowed to have friends on YouTube. Now you're telling me, let me put my phone on silent. You're telling me that I'm meant to choose my friends. I have chose them. If you honestly believe that I am in the wrong crowd, you can voice your opinion. You can state facts. I'm not going to listen to them because you are totally and utterly wrong, my friend. I like Coach J-Rum. I like Lycan Theory. I like Riley. Heck, I even used to watch JB just to annoy the fuck out of you. Just saying. Used to trigger you when I was over in JB's chat. And all of that time it was to annoy you. Worked, didn't it? Got you triggered. Got you riled up on stream going, oh, she's over there. She needs to pick a side. No, I didn't need to pick a side. I wasn't on either of your sides. I wasn't on JB's and I wasn't on Eli's side. I was on my own, which I generally am. Even if I'm part of multiple communities, the only real thing that's important to me is my own channel. Your channel, Eli, can suck a dick. The advice I give you isn't to help you, it's to troll you. Sorry, just letting you into a little secret there. But this morning's stream, I just, it's hard to figure you out because you said that you want to, what was it you said on your other stream? You wanted everyone to get along. You wanted to interact with all age groups, no matter who you are, men, women, color, disability. Someone came into your chat 5 minutes later and you interrogated them. What? Are you serious? You were like, oh, I don't care where you came from and I don't care how you heard you, but I'd really like to know. You were interrogating them without interrogating them. You were still the same old Eli, even though you put a stream on claiming to be different. You then said that your content would be different. You took away the cheesy intro. You took away the cheesy outro. Thank God for that, because my brain cannot take the high-pitched squeals that you make. And the morning rooster should have been dead years ago. I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know if you believe that people liked that shit I don't know if you're delusional or you just didn't listen to people. I mean, I'm half deaf and I can hear your shit all the time. So if they can hear it, so can I. Hashtag Danny got long pen. Yeah, stick it in the chat. I don't care. Hashtag bald loser. Yeah. I hashtag Lycan Legion. Hashtag brutal mafia. Hashtag Riley is awesome. Just giving you a shout out there, Riley. He tried to say your marriage was failing, that your wife should leave you, and that she's unhappy. Like, what the shit? Are you serious? And then he even mentioned Anna and Coach J-Rom and talking about his girlfriend. Like, Eli, back off these women. Get your own. Just because these strong men have women at their feet, literally, Eli, at their feet, you know what that looks like? Woman, worshipping you? No, didn't think so. The Morning Rooster was some ridiculous shit. Oh, it fucking was. Like, I don't even like the ducks outside my window. You think I want a rooster in my house? Like, oh, you could feel the tension growing every time. Really, I didn't know. Yeah, you and Coach were mentioned. He mentioned JB as well. He mentioned everyone. He mentioned Anna. He mentioned Coach J-Rom. He mentioned me. He mentioned JB. He mentioned Lycan Theory. He mentioned Riley. He mentioned Gordo. He mentioned everybody in that chat. Even if you weren't there, you got a mention. JB got a mention and he wasn't there. He didn't lie though, Anna, and I did meet her. Yeah. I think Eli was kind of loving the fact that Coach had took you off of JB and then it was rubbing it in JB's face and Eli was kind of like, ha ha ha, like he was being a moron. Yeah. He was dwelling, he was excited, he was over happy that JB had basically lost you, Anna. And then he's trying to convince Riley's wife to leave him. He's meant to be a dating counselor, and he is virtually saying Riley's wife should leave him. That's dating advice. So this little tiny cuck's on the internet. Riley's bashing him. What should he do? Oh, that's right, leave his wife. How does that work? I'm single. Was it because of Coach Eli? Fuck no. If he'd like to think that he's some kind of marriage breaker, he's an idiot. Eli doesn't get that American Dream is trolling him. Stupid games. Exactly. American Dream at some point will fuck Eli over, and I will be there to watch it. That's partially true. I left JV several minutes that I got with Jeremy. Yeah, I have no problem with it. It's just that Eli seems to want to gloat in people's lives. He just seems to want to integrate himself. He couldn't stop talking about JB. He can't stop talking about Lycan Theory. He's there bashing Riley left, right, and centre, going on about his marriage and his kids. It's like Eli's jealous of our lives. As I said to him, I don't speak on James. Yeah, exactly, Coach Jeremy. That's perfectly fine. Eli's jealous of our lives. He's jealous that you have Anna, Coach, and vice versa. He's jealous that Riley has a wife. I was in a long-term relationship when Eli used to bash me, and that was a 13-year one. So he's jealous that he can't keep a woman. Simple as. He couldn't even get a woman. If you watched his stream this morning or last night, he couldn't get a woman to pick up the phone to him. He arranged a phone call with a woman for 9 o'clock, rearranged it for 9:15, and she blocked him and didn't answer the phone. No, exactly, Anna. No, you love J-Rom more than anything. JB is a rotten egg. He's a jelly belly little man. Yeah, he's so jealous of everybody. He's jealous that Riley has a happy marriage. He's jealous that I'm actually happy to be single. Is that a crime against nature? Apparently so. Yeah, he's jealous of everyone. He's jealous that we have channels, we have friends, we have partners, we have lives, we have jobs, we have money. Drop the link. Sure, J-Ron. Exactly. I'll never have a relationship that lasted more than a year or two. He's never lived with a woman either. My relationship was 13 years, and I hold my head up to saying that, yes, not every minute of it was great. No relationship is perfect. But, hang on. I will get it. I'm new to this shit. I'm new to this shit. Hang on. There we go. The link is dropped. Feel free to come on, my friends. Because he literally infuriates the fucking hell out of me. And he wants to talk about me on Lewis's stream and be like, oh, I don't want to bash you, but your live stream the other day when you talked shit about me, yeah, you deserved everything you got, Eli. Sorry. Eat a dick. You deserved it, Eli. Every fucking bit.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to get my stupid headset to connect.
No worries.
It's being retarded right now. I don't know what the deal is. What the hell is wrong with this stupid headset? I hate these things sometimes.
This is the plan. This is showing exactly. Good one, Riley. Yes, Coach TP.
There we are.
He's never had a relationship that lasts. He couldn't get a woman to pick up a phone on him. How sad you have
Can
to
you
be.
hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, it took me a minute to get that connected. I hate
That's
for any.
no worries.
Electronics, they just like to do what they do. Yeah, that sad little man tried talking about me and Anna like I stole her from somebody. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm good. I probably could have stole her from him, but I didn't have to. Like I don't know why he feels the need to put his 2 cents in on mine and her relationship. Like he don't know. He don't even have all the facts.
Yeah, like, he literally cuts in, cuts out, and he's like, "I know everything." It's like, no, you don't, Eli.
Yeah,
you don't.
You like
you want to hear. He basically says what he wants the situation to be. He wants JB to have been fucked over and be like, "Ha ha ha, yeah, he stole your women, JB. Eat it." It's like that's not exactly how things go down, Eli. Just because they're in your head doesn't mean that's how it went.
No, since I know that Eli's watching your stream, one, eat a dick, Eli. Yeah. Two, since you're watching, you obviously ain't watched everything because you would have heard everything. But the truth of the matter is Anna left JB in July. Me and her got together 2 days after Halloween. So, like, there was several months in between. I didn't steal her from JB. So now you know the whole truth. At least get your narrative right, bro.
Yeah. He's literally interested in everyone else's relationship. He's on there telling Riley's wife that she should get up and walk out on him because he's harassing people on YouTube.
I can think of better reasons.
He was like, "Why aren't you with your wife, Riley? Why aren't you with your kids? Don't you respect them enough to spend time with them?"
I thought it was funny that he actually reached out to Riley's wife on freaking Facebook. That was hilarious.
The worst thing is I remember Eli saying the other day that his vet girlfriend left him because he didn't spend enough time with her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting on YouTube 24/7 trying to promote the fact he'd like a woman. What, to have all this shit to go with it? You think she's going to sit there while you're streaming all day?
He wonders why he can't get a woman, but then he has to schedule potential date phone calls. I mean, like, really? You got to schedule a phone call?
Yeah, he was live till quarter to 9, and then he said, I scheduled her in for 9 o'clock. Then my my stream ran over, so I pushed the call back to the woman he wants to date. He pushed the call back, not his stream, and just cut it off. He put the woman on hold. And then when he tried to phone her, she didn't fucking pick up. She'd already blocked him.
Well, of course she did. You know, I mean, we haven't even met yet, and you're already, you know, pushing me off for YouTube. No, I couldn't imagine being in a relationship like that.
He was like, that's a typical single 40-year-old, no married, no kids woman. It's like, Eli, you've said this 3 times in the last 2 weeks about the same type of woman, but you're still going for the same type of woman. Where's his dating advice going with this? Why hasn't he learned that if he picks the same women of the same age and the same category, the same shit's gonna happen? They're obviously not tolerating the crap you're giving them, Eli. Like,
no, he needs to either get with he either needs to get a sugar mama in her 50s or 60s, or he needs to start hooking up with like daddy issue girls that are 18 to 25.
He did do a stream the other day wanting to reach out to people younger than 30 because he believed he had a message. I have no idea what message that is. What is he going to teach someone in their 20s? How to not turn out to be like me in 20 years' time? I mean,
Anna's very much so right on both her points. You know, YouTube is toxic to relationships, or it can be. It can be if you let it be. I don't know that I agree it's 100% toxic to relationships, but she also says he wants to live vicariously through us, and that's true. That is 100% true. That's why he keeps himself relevant in our lives.
Hey, Gordon.
And he does keep himself relevant in our lives. We don't go looking for him. He comes talking shit about us. And then wonders why he can't get rid of us. You can't get rid of people that you're talking shit on, bro. Move on, Eli.
Eli has kept away from me for the last year because he didn't know I was single. And now apparently he's giving me dating advice like, oh, I'm sure your man left you because you're a bad egg and I'd rather jerk off than date you. Well, congratulations, Eli. I'd rather jerk myself off than date you either. Jesus Christ. God, if he wants to portray my type of man as a 40-year-old balding loser on YouTube, then his standards are just Jesus Christ. No. He was like, I would want to date a woman like you. Well, congratulations. I don't want to fucking date you either. God almighty. I wouldn't even pick up the phone. I wouldn't even put on his profile. I mean, I've seen his dating profile and it makes me vitally ill. The bullshit he sprouts on there that he's a sensitive, caring man and he's basically wonderful. And then they see his YouTube channel or go online now, as we can see, where there's an entire blog of what a complete dick he is. Women read that and it's like, oh, because I know for a fact most women in America, when they start dating a man, the first thing they do is a background check. 100%.
Right. They want to make sure they're not getting into a fucking criminal. And putting
your a criminal, a druggie, a nutcase. The first thing they do is a background check.
Eli, it's again, I know you're watching. I'm going to give you a little dating advice from a man that never stays single longer than a week. Don't put you're a sensitive, loving, caring, compassionate man on your profile, dude. Submissive women won't go for that, and dominant women don't want simps, bro. Don't put that shit on your profile.
The sensitive, caring man? Yeah, women will eat you, Eli, for breakfast.
Exactly. And submissive women who are actual, submissive women won't fall for, they don't want a sensitive simp. And dominant women don't want a simp either.
Sorry, Eli, it doesn't look like there's any woman for you on the planet. Literally, you're just going to have to check, somewhere else. There aren't any women for you, Eli. You can't, nowadays, with what you've done on YouTube, convince a woman otherwise. They're going to find out. You're going to do a live stream eventually, and she's going to hear what a dick you are, even if she does start dating you. You're going to live stream, or you're going to have to schedule every date you ever have with her, and she's just going to get pissed at it. I mean, schedule a date, meet in a car park. I mean, do you schedule coitus as well? Do you have to fix it around your live streams? I mean, how far does he go with micromanaging, like, the relationship to which, to within a time scale? That's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if he has any hope of finding romance, he's going to have to just shut his channel down and stop doing YouTube.
Hey,
and just fade off hey TJ, and just fade off into nothingness out here publicly, because there is, I mean, eventually all the bad stuff will stop being written. It'll go, it won't go away, but it'll start, falling back far enough in a Google search that it may not be found, or it may, if depends on the woman, depends on how far back in history they want to scroll, but that's the only way he has any chance of finding romance. Because as of right now, the very first thing that pops up when you type in Elias Mellis is this like very well written, very long,
I've read
expletive.
Pure gold in it. I mean, it literally ties Eli up in a bow and presents it to people, and
it ties him up in one big shit pot.
Yeah. It's 100% true. It's probably the truest thing I've ever read on Eli. There's no dilly-dallying about it. There's no, oh, he might be a nice person. No, he's an asshole through and through.
It's the truest thing I've ever seen on the internet.
I don't know who fucking read it, but full applause. They did their research on him, good and proper.
Yeah.
The first thing on Google that people come up with, I mean, his dating life is that's gonna be a couple of years, Eli, at least. And then you have to convince people that you're a good person and not let them watch your YouTube. You stream on Facebook, you want to be this big YouTuber, you got no help, mate. I've tried to coach you. Look at you. You've had, 3 coaching streams by me? You've watched them and you've took nothing out them. That's exactly what people get from his live streams. I don't expect Eli to change overnight and be this, oh, I'm so friendly, because he literally was a dick this afternoon. He didn't change. His whole thing of, I'm going to change my YouTube channel. He took away his cringy intro. How about you take the cringy shit and that's you, Eli? Take yourself away from it.
Right. He's the cringiest part about his streams.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, that morning rooster bit, I literally want to, and shouting during his thing and taking a break to what exactly? For 10 minutes? Who watches dead air for 10 minutes?
Yeah, and nobody wants to see you check your fucking back into Facebook and back into fucking YouTube, bro.
Yeah, and
nobody wants to do that.
Sit there and text behind the scenes for 15 minutes, talk among yourselves.
He used to do his streams where he had like a 15-minute, music. It would, I don't know, you probably remember, you've been around a long time. You've been around every bit as long as I have. So,
as Eli says, I have eyes and ears everywhere.
Right. So, I will admit his new intro, or the intro he's been doing, is much better than that 15 minutes of YouTube, copyright free music. That's Jesus Christ.
My point was, get to the content of the fucking stream, Welly. It's a simple concept. Write a title, fucking talk about it.
Start a whole new channel. Start a whole new channel for talking shit about us.
Yeah. That's where I've always told him to go. Start with the hour talking about Jamie and JB and who the fuck else, and then get to the point of your stream. If you're going to stream about them, then put it in the fucking title.
Yep.
Actually say, look, I'm going to slag these people off in the stream. You can watch it or not. Don't sugarcoat it. But you don't want to get demonetized. Well, then stop talking about us then.
That's why I said start a whole new channel. And he's got 3 channels. He's got a Grip on Life 2 and I think a Grip on Life 3.
Yeah, so, 2 was going to be for bashing us because he didn't want to be demonetized, but he just can't get people to go there, as he calls it, his real supporters.
That's because his only real supporters are the 3 that are in his chat as mods. All them other subs are so fake, it's not even funny.
You have to have empathy to be a good co. It is so self-centered. He can't empathize. Exactly, Gordo. I tried to help him, and what did he do? I went to Lewis's stream. I was really friendly in the chat. I didn't say one bad word the entire time until I basically told him to eat a dick before he left. Probably didn't see that, but Lewis did. But I didn't say one bad word, and as soon as I put Lycan Legion in there, he hit the shit. He got butt hurt big time and started coming at me and said, well, I saw the shit show of the stream you did on me. Yeah, and so did everyone else, Eli. Newsflash. So did everyone else.
Hey, I'm glad he watches our shit. That's more view
Yeah.
hours, more, you know, and I think it's funny how I think it's funny how him and his people think hitting the thumbs down on everything is hurting us.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I got
hurt
4
the
thumbs down.
YouTuber at all.
I cried all night. See, fucking
Right?
serious. If you think a downgrade on a video is gonna hurt me, like, I'm not even fucking monetized, mate. You can do whatever you like. Not monetized. I don't need your
Well, his
watch
last
time, but you're so obsessed with me. And as you said, you don't watch my content, but you quite clearly did, because you said you watched my shit show of a stream. So he's a contradiction in himself. He doesn't watch us, but he watches me. That's right, Eli. You coach there, my friend. Apparently, he doesn't watch us.
I'd love to know what his psychotic obsession, or as I called it on my video on Eli I just dropped, his psychotic infatuation with the doctor is. Who cares? So what? You were trolled by somebody, bro. What's it matter? I get trolls. I don't care. Paid, so go. Oh, I think maybe I'm having some internet connectivity issues. I don't know.
That's fine. Just keep talking. I'll be all right.
Okay. I didn't know if it was me or you. I just noticed you were kind of.
I have no idea. My internet is fairly good. I have the best package
I'm on my
around
cell
me. Like,
phone.
mine won't cut out, Mr. Eli, if you're watching me. Mine's 100%. I can afford it, Eli, without getting donations from or making them up, Eli. I don't need donations to rag on you. No one pays me to do it, Eli. You get all my coaching advice for free. Aren't you lucky?
I mean, that's something, you know, I think is, you know, I don't get paid either. I don't even put my Cash App in any of my videos. I don't want to get paid for doing these Eli videos. I do this shit for fun. So I don't care to get paid. My job pays me well. So my bills are paid. Anna's job pays her well. My job pays me well. We got a hell of an income, well over 6 figures a year. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm on the dole. I'm on benefits. I'm on benefits, so trying to make a little bit of money, you know, for me, isn't a bad thing. If it's at the extent of Eli, then, you know, all well and good. That's how I have to roll. I have to afford to eat. But it's also fun. I will rag on him day in, day out. I have no problem doing it. None whatsoever. I will do it for free, Eli.
Right.
Do I still have my cat, Gordo? No, my cat's with my ex. Because I live in a flat and I can't have pets, Gordo. But Midnight is perfectly fine. You can see him on Instagram, Gordo, or on Facebook. He's still alive, if you're wondering. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, that video you did today with the or did whenever you did it, you put it out today, I believe, or last night. I'm not sure when you did, but of you at the church. That church is beautiful. I love that. We got a big monastery in Indiana, St. Meinrad, Indiana. I love going there. I took Anna there on our first trip to Evansville for Christmas this past year, and showed her the monastery, and we took a bunch of pictures, and they got the graveyard out back for the monks, and I mean, it's a massive church, a beautiful building. It
is a really beautiful building. I usually, I'm not a churchgoer, but I do walk around the churchyard because I find the churchyard quite relaxing.
I'm not a church goer per se. Yeah, I'm not a church goer, but I do love architecture, and I find that churches have some of the most beautiful architecture.
Yeah, the stained glass windows. And, I mean, everyone stereotype, you know, she's a goth, she walks around a churchyard, she's a weirdo. I get that quite a lot around where I live. You hang around in graveyards. I'm not sitting there, you know, with my little candles chanting. There's not that kind of hanging around in a graveyard. I like it because where I live behind a truck stop. So I get trucks 24/7, day and night coming backwards and forwards. And to sit in a graveyard it's quiet. It's quiet. It's so
Yeah.
serene in a graveyard that having a truck stop behind my house and trucks, revving up 2, 3 in the morning, driving back 12 o'clock at night. It's peace and quiet for me. I can live
Yeah.
stream without having to have a semi truck in the back of my stream.
I drive a semi truck, so I know all about the noise of truck stops.
Yeah,
I've been living in and out of trucks for 21 years. I've been a truck driver, so
I
I
have
know all about it.
a truck stop on one side of my flat, and the other side I have an industrial estate and a scaffolding yard and a mechanic workshop. I have so much noise near my flat. That's why the rent is so cheap. So I go to the graveyard and I live stream from there because just for like 30 minutes or an hour, it's quiet. It really is serene in graveyards. I don't go sit there to be all weird and that. I actually walk around the graveyard and I talk. I took lady walked past me and smiled when I said I was talking to a guy in Australia and showing them our church. She smiled at me. She didn't think I was creepy and weird.
I Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I like to go whenever I was in Evansville, Indiana. There's several large old graveyards, and they have some very very old headstones, and I love going and looking at the old graves and just kind of pondering about who the people might have been. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet, like you said. It's a very solemn place.
Yeah.
So it's very peaceful and relaxing to go ponder and life or anything for that matter. So but I would go walk around and just look at the gravestones and see what they said and kind of ponder who the person might have been.
Yeah, that's the biggest church that's in my area. Actually, compared to that, there is actually a full cemetery. They have a cemetery that's like 3 times the size of what I filmed today in my
Yeah.
same town. And the church is beautiful. I'm not religious, but I can take that it's beautiful architecture and the work that's gone into it. And, these were built the church itself that's there at the minute has been there since the 1400s, but there was a church there from the 12th century. That church has been there since 1400s. That's how old that one is. And before that, there was a church there from the 12th century. There's history there. That's what's
Right.
good about it. Someone asked me earlier about how old the church was, and I've done 2 streams and didn't even think to look. Same question. Yeah, 14th century that church is from. And look at it. It's still standing. It's in one piece.
Because they knew how to build things back then.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays they just fall over.
Right.
You used to go grave robbing in old cemeteries. I've never actually done that, Anna. Never
Grave
done that.
rubbing, not robbing.
Yeah. Well, grave robbing, 802
Yeah.
vids. Hey, all you beautiful people. Well, thanks for that. I quite like the fact that I'm beautiful. Thank you. Got have a bit of narcissist in me. I also have a gift. I can see and hear spirits. Can you, TJ? And I get messages from the spirit world. Ooh. Oh, house is so noisy. I didn't know that, TJ. Do you put it on your channel? Not that I sit in a graveyard and look for spirits and that, but people do think us goths just sit in graveyards and are just weird people. Difference
Just sitting graveyards with candles, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and playing with Ouija boards, right?
Yeah, that's a typical goth. I did have a woman before when I walked through town wearing a t-shirt that was a pizza and it said pizzagram on it. It was meant to be taking the mick. It was a pentagram in the shape of a pizza and it said pizzagram on it. And this woman walked past me and told me I should burn in hell.
Well,
I mean, I thought the t-shirt was artistic.
Eli, there's your woman, bro. right there.
He told me
That's
to
the
burn
woman.
in hell and then carried on walking. I just turned around and thought, okay then, thanks.
Hey, I think you found Eli his next girlfriend.
She didn't want to say anything else to me. She just walked off. That was it. Just burn in hell. She didn't have a comeback or anything. Didn't even give me a chance to have a comeback because I'd have just told her, well, if I'm burning in hell, at least my pizza's thoroughly cooked, love. Yeah, it was literally just a t-shirt, and that's what I get. You know, people that just jump to conclusions like I'm a satanic devil worshipper.
Well, I think that's the stigma with the goths and the and stuff. You know, the vampire groups. I don't know if you guys have those there, but here we have groups that think they're vampires and stuff. So
yeah,
or that pretend to be.
Yeah,
But
I'm not
but
that
yeah.
far. I'm not that far. I do like vampires. I do like goth stuff. So I watch horror movies up the yin yang, and I have done a Ouija board. I've done typical goth things, but that's not because I'm goth. It's because it's interesting, the same as
Right.
everybody else. Your channel is about mental disorder, suicide prevention. All right, I'll have to check you out, TJ. I like finding channels. See, I haven't banned anyone, TJ. If you haven't been to my channel before, just because you're different doesn't mean you get banned. See, mine's an open channel. I don't have anyone banned. Eli could walk in here right now and he can just chat in the chat. I don't care. I let everyone have an opinion. I don't have to ban 2,500 people. I mean, Paul
Shit.
Lewis is literally being mind melded by Eli.
Well, and that's what I titled.
Banned. You know, I asked not to be banned and said, look, I'm here to listen. Is that possible? And all I got was, well, if you get out of line, I'm going to ban you. Like, are you serious? I was being friendly.
That's what I titled my latest video, and that little clip I did on that stream was, you know, Eli destroys Lewis Fuller's channel.
He's like, Lewis,
because he's
Lewis,
destroying
ban them. That's why the stream.
I mean, he's
why it was late. He was on the phone to him saying, look, I ain't coming on your stream unless you ban them all. And I need a wrench, and so does every mod in my channel, or you can cut this and I'll cut you off. And Lewis just went for it, unfortunately. Yeah. The poor guy, he's like, don't you agree, Lewis? These are all trolls. Lewis didn't even have a chance to even think, poor boy.
Lewis wasn't even on the stream yet. Like he was having those internet issues and was in the chat room, but he wasn't even on the stream.
Yeah, the fact they didn't actually talk about hacking, and he thought he'd just bash all of us and be like, Lewis, I'll hold the channel for a minute, yeah, and just run it into the ground.
Yep, and that's what he did too.
That's why Lewis only has 300 subs and probably will ever have 300 subs, because the minute you go to his channel, it's literally the same as Eli's now. You're banned.
Yep.
And Eli's like, well, why don't you come to my channel and voice your opinions? We're banned, Eli. Have you ever thought of that? We're all banned. I don't bother with stock accounts because I'm banned. If he doesn't want to hear my opinion, he knows where my channel is.
Right.
You can give me some watch time, Eli.
Right.
Eli's a joke. Banning people is all he can do. He can't hold him on. He can't do anything. Yeah, he claimed earlier he wanted to be friends with everyone. He wanted to try and get past this. And then we were talking in his chat, in Lewis's chat, perfectly fine. Hadn't said anything. No one at that point had said a bad word at all. And as soon as Eli came in there, it's no wonder we started trolling him. He asked for it. He doesn't get anything he doesn't deserve. And Paul Lewis's channel, yes, might have been the one to get the trolling, but Eli promoted a stream that he apparently wanted no one to go to.
Right. No one but his 3 people.
We're the wrong audience. Who were you projecting it to, Eli? You have 2 people in your chat. You have, even Nightbot doesn't probably make an appearance. So you were just going to have you and Lewis on your channel. That doesn't sound like a live stream to me. You might as well have done a pre-recorded video ahead of time, chatted, and then just put it out there. Because you didn't even talk about hacking. You literally changed the conversation every time Lewis said something. You're like, well, I can refer to that. And you just went off on a tangent. I don't remember Lewis talking very much.
I don't remember hearing anything about hacking. He started to, and then I got a phone call, so I had to cut that off. And then when I come back, they still weren't talking. So
Every time Eli could, he changed the conversation to, oh, well, these people have been, the kind of people that will hack your account, Lewis, these people, because they're scum, because they're rogue, because they're underhanded. And I'm like, are you seriously going to use us in every conversation you ever have, Eli? Is there nothing we don't do? Is there, do we do everything? Am I responsible for your failed life, your failed education, your failed job, Eli? Is that really my fault? Did I do
and
that?
apparently we're all trim hits, or we're all the doctor. So
That shit he carried on. Oh my god. We know who you are. We know who you are. No, you don't, Eli. Drop it. It got more and more boring when he's like more conspiracies, and you're like, oh, for God's sake, Eli. And what is it now? Jamie and Rogue are banding together against him and having some kind of cohorts, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, Eli, seriously? Did you not see the way Rogue roasted Jamie? I mean,
yeah.
you
And then he
think,
wonders why we call him a lolcow. It's that right there is why.
Jesus,
He's so easily triggered.
The butt hurtness, Eli, is real in your case. You literally tried to get into the drama. Rogue doesn't want nothing to do with you. You were like, oh, I can leave his 20k subs here. Let's throw some shit at Rogue and he'll go after Jamie and then I can take over YouTube. Seriously, Eli? You're very deluded to think that someone with 20k really cares about how, about you. You are literally a fly in his little, on the wall. You're not relevant to him, Eli. If anything, he'd do a video and rip the shit out of you for thinking you were so special that he'd take notice of you. You're nothing to him. You're nothing to any of us, Eli. We literally spend our time taking the mick out of you. Hey, Solus.
2 streams going.
Hey, Grandpa Joe. Eli bullies the elderly. He bullies everyone, Grandpa Joe.
He also said Eli banned me because I told him there was 2 streams going.
Aw, boo-hoo, Eli.
Well, Grandpa Joe, you are way better off without Eli. So congratulations on getting banned.
Yay! It's literally a Medal of Honor, Grandpa Joe, to be banned. I myself got banned twice. I'm special, apparently, because he let me back in and gave me the privilege of being banned a second time.
I've been banned on, over 20 accounts?
We're privileged to get banned. If you can go around YouTube saying that Eli banned you and you did something enough to trigger him to ban you, it's literally a badge of honor now.
Well, like 10 of those accounts I got banned on for simply going in and saying, hi, new to the channel, looking for some good content, some life coaching. And he was like, you don't have any content and you just started your account like a month ago. So you're obviously Doctor. And he said the name, of course. I'm not going to throw the doctor's name
you're
out.
Literally anyone but yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Every time there's a soccer account going there, he's like, that's legendary coming in my chat again. It's like, are you sure that Jamie doesn't have a life here? Like, do you think he's just sitting there just trolling you all day? Is that what you literally think we do? We're like, oh, let's just troll Eli all day. I have a life, Eli. I was actually working while I was watching Lewis's stream. I'm multitasking.
So was I.
Things.
I was driving around Indianapolis at the time of the stream. So, I mean, I was at work too. I was listening, with via Bluetooth. I was
watching the same time.
Yeah.
Amazingly, women, newsflash, Eli, that we can do multiple things at once. I don't just spend my day trolling you. I actually went out yesterday and didn't talk about you all day until, you'd mentioned you'd watched my stream, and then I have to reply, It's need to know information, Eli. People have to know that you lie about watching my stream. Yep. Just informing people. You say you don't watch it, but then you mentioned me and said I watched your shit show. So which is it, Eli? Did you watch my stream? Did you not watch my stream? Why are you changing your content based on what me and J Rom said? Why are you changing it? You don't believe anything we say is true. Why change your channel? Why not stay as you are?
You know,
The
I think
point.
I think the thing is he does believe it. He does see it. He does know it. At this point, I think he's just so far in over his head. He doesn't know,
Mhm.
like, he doesn't know how to stop. Like, at this point, he's just in it to win it, and he's not winning. That's the fucked up part. Like, I don't know. It's like that last ditch effort in an airplane that's crashing to pull the stick back and see if it goes up, you know, and it's not. It's not going up. It's just going down. It's, eh, I don't know.
You don't mess with him anymore, Solus. That dude's too much drama. He may. I mean, it's not my only content, see? Aside from Eli, I actually have loads of content, and this is just fun. This is just pure fun, Solus. You know I hate Eli with a passion. You've heard me numerous times go after him, and I have no problem doing it. I have no problem telling the truth day in, day out. I have nothing to be scared of because I'm telling the truth.
Right.
Quote me otherwise, Eli. Everything I've ever said about you is 100% right. You can deny it all you like, but there's evidence, there's receipts. You are literally the clown of YouTube, Eli. Everyone can see it. I'm sorry you can't paint yourself in a different way. Really
Right.
am. You know, you've made your bed. You're going to have to lie in it, Eli. That's the fact of it,
Unfortunately.
Solus.
Yep.
That's what he's done. He came for me this afternoon, Solus, and said I deserve to be single and men should stay away from me. And that's his life coaching technique. To tell people to stay away from people that were trolls, that were underhanded. I mean, you haven't
Well,
heard the whole thing, Solus, but we're uneducated. We don't have jobs, we don't have lives, and we're jealous of him, apparently. You can
yeah,
see I'm not Solus.
and the thing is, you know, if you do a quick classmate search, and I don't know if this evidence has ever been shown, but if you do go to classmates.com, you can search anyone, at least in the U.S. and see what high school they went to, what year they graduated. There is no evidence to show Eli ever even graduated high school, much less college.
Are you uneducated, Eli? I've graduated from college and high school, and I have many certificates to my name. Probably more than one pinky than he has. I have a whole record of it.
Yeah, I have 3 college degrees, and I have, you know, I can prove mine as well. So
Yeah.
I can get
He's
certified copies of my transcripts and show where I went to school for 2.5 years on my psychology degree before I swapped to nursing and ended up with my nursing degree. So, you know, I actually do have life experience, 6 years special forces military, 3 college degrees, and I've traveled the country and to other countries. So unlike Eli, who's never left California, who's never had a stable relationship. I mean, have I had divorces? Yes. Do all my relationships work out? No. But I have had long-term stable relationships. So, you know, Eli is like this. He's, oh my God, it's like getting life coaching from a 10-year-old.
I know you. I know you're just venting. I am venting, Solus, because if someone calls you uneducated and basically scum, that we're criminals, we're underhanded, I have issues with that because I'm none of that.
I mean,
I've
he's
never
not entirely wrong.
done anything to Eli at all.
He's not entirely wrong with me. I actually did get arrested once. I was drunk in my own home, and I blacked out on the floor and started puking up blood. And my ex-wife called an ambulance for me because I had drank way too much. And when the ambulance driver grabbed me and flipped me over, I swung and knocked him out. And then I got arrested for disorderly conduct in my own home. It was a noise violation. I did some probation and paid a fine. It was like literally nothing. And because I paid the fine and did my probation, they dismissed the charges against me and dropped it off my record. So I am a criminal, I guess.
But if Eli's meant to be a life coach, he's meant to have this whole kind of philosophy that people change and people can better themselves. And the fact that he thinks we're all druggies and criminals and alcoholics and losers, that's not a very coachable approach to people, Eli.
No, those are the people you're supposed to be with, Eli. Yeah, those are the people he should be with.
Yeah, he's meant to be helping people. What's the point of helping somebody if they have no issues, Eli? How can you help
Right.
someone? If anything, you should be more into these kind of people. They actually probably need help. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't do drugs. I've never been arrested. Um, that sounds like I have a gold spoon, but I've just behaved myself, I guess. But I'm educated. I've worked all my life. I've had long-term relationships. To be like that. That's why I did the live stream and said, Eli, you are jumping way out your league here, mate. You can't just go around bashing people like that and saying they're losers and scum and they're uneducated and we're not all like you, Eli. God forbid we were like you. I wouldn't want to be like Eli.
Oh my God! I hope that never is an accusation. I hope
It's
that accusation's never made.
Jesus, if I got to that part in my life, I think I'd just give up. I'd just be like, well, I'm going to bother trying anymore, which is probably where he's come to now. He's come this far and he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to stop
Yep.
trying. That's what I would suggest. I'm not a life coach, but I would just suggest stop it, Eli. Stop trying.
I mean, like I said the other day on your stream, if he's smart, he'll just shut this whole channel down, start over in a different community, on a different subject, just rebrand and move on. If he do that, he might, and I mean might, have a 10% chance of making it.
You don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. Well, good for you, Cut. Aren't you a hero? I'm so happy for you. And we know Coach Eli smokes because you can see the yellow on his fingers.
Hashtag for all the evers.
Yeah, you look at his fingers, you can see his fingers when he comes back from the stream have a yellow tinge. And I know that for a fact because I used to smoke for years and years and years and gave up. And
What's that whole finger sniffing thing about, Eli? Let's talk about that, dude. Every time.
Nicotine on his fingers from smoking, he needs it to keep his energy up on his stream. I'm sure it's a nicotine high or something worse. It's weird. It looks weird. It looks creepy. And I mean, I've smoked most of my life and I gave up. I've been clear, like, Jesus, 12, 11 years from smoking. And I get cravings, don't get me wrong. But to lie about it, Eli, you can sit on your fingers, mate. Sorry. Everyone can
see, Eli, some of us do have people that love us. This is my Valentine's Day gift from Miss Anna.
Oh.
She painted this herself. This is not a like something that was store bought. Oh. She actually painted this herself.
Oh, that's lovely, Anna.
So, this is what happens, Eli, when you're not a narcissist and a wine bag and you don't schedule your relationship. So you actually get love and affection and all the touches and all the kisses and all the ass you want. I mean, pardon my crudeness there, but that's what he talks about. Oh, I hooked up, whether we hooked up for a while. We know what you're saying, bro. You're saying you got some ass. All right. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. I'm surprised. I don't know how she didn't throw up.
Give yourself a golden star, Eli. Congratulations. Got a woman to put up with you for more than 5 minutes. There are no medals for that. No medals for that, Eli.
Could not imagine being his, a girl and being his girlfriend. That it would have to be just horrible.
You're welcome, Anna. I like your picture. I'm actually jealous you have a Valentine because I was single. I was single a year, Anna. My Valentine's was a microwave meal for one watching Netflix. Was single. It was a blow-up doll. What was a blow-up doll, Anna? His date. Well, you never know. It's more likely to be a sheep if I'm right, Anna. Because he doesn't like women or men. So if it's going to be a blow-up thing, it's going to be a blow-up sheep or whatever they have in California. Ain't going to be a real one because they don't pick up the phone to him because apparently they have lives and they were busy. And then he bashed the woman saying, well, she wasn't interested. That's her loss. Is it, Eli? What has she lost, really? What did she lose by not picking up the phone to you? 15 minutes of her time. I mean, the last time he scheduled an hour for the woman to talk and no more, because she wanted he wanted her to get a good night's sleep for work. What? You penciled her in for an hour so she could get a good night's sleep. Is that really what you're interested in, Eli? The woman sleeping?
The very first time Anna and I talked, well, not, I mean, we had been on a few live streams and talked in the chat room. But the first time, I give her my email, she emailed me, and then I emailed her back, and then we exchanged phone numbers. And the very first, and we text for maybe, I don't know, a day and a half. And then that evening when she called, we talked for, well, I think like we talked from like 5 in the afternoon until like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 4 in the morning, because she had to be up at 5 to go to work, and I had to be out on the road at 7. Like neither one got any sleep that night.
No.
But it takes that kind of time to get to know somebody, to really enjoy. I mean, when the conversation's good, it's good,
What's a B.O.B., Gordo? At least you had a B.O.B. for comfort more than Eli. What's B.O.B., Gordo?
Battery operated boyfriend.
Ooh.
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
Into my sex life there, Gordo. That's behind the scenes stuff. Behind the scenes stuff, Gordo.
Yeah, a bob. I don't know if they call them there, what they call them there, but
behind the scenes stuff, Gordo.
Yeah, a bob is kind of what they call a vibrator. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Gordo. I'm so glad that you battery operated boyfriend. Oh, I know you've got spies everywhere, Gordon. You apparently know what's in my bedside drawer. Cut goes after low value women because low value women are the only women that accept him. Well, apparently they like men to apparently be on time and not schedule a live stream around them. Amazingly surprising that. If I sat here now and I had a boyfriend, do you honestly think I'm going to text him and say, "Can you spare an hour to talk to me?"
Nope.
I pencil you in just before I have dinner, but not for too long because my dinner will get cold. Are you free on a week next Tuesday? Because until then, I've got a live stream about people, and they honestly cannot take a day off. Yep. Exactly. You slept for an hour and then woke up and called him. I'm like, oh, you two are so sweet.
Yeah, she said my Valentine's last year was like that, and she was in a relationship with the other guy, and he was too busy on YouTube to spend any time with her. She said so. Like you can't be in, like, I do YouTube videos, I do some live streams, but I always pencil that stuff around her. Like, not that I'm simping to her or nothing, but I have a family. I have a fiance, and we have kids here, and I have kids, that like to call, and I don't pencil my people in, my family in around me doing a live stream. I think it was yesterday, day before, I did a stream, and when she came home, I said, guys, Anna's home. We're getting ready to cook dinner. I'm shutting it down. It was great talking to you. I gotta go.
Yeah.
So
exactly. He's literally saying that if he has a girlfriend, they got to fit around his YouTube schedule. Like, really? Okay. No wonder you're single, Eli.
I worked my work schedule out around my family. I didn't, whenever I first took this job, like, I was in another state when I applied for the job I have now. And of course I did it online. That was at like 7 in the morning. At 9 in the morning, they called and said, you're absolutely hired. We've ran your background. We know, because they do federal background checks on truck drivers. So they already knew my background. They knew my work history. Everything is recorded when you're a truck driver, at least in the States. And so they already had everything. And they said, you're absolutely hired. We'll take you. When can you start? And I said, about a week and a half. I want to give a little notice here, and I got to move to Ohio. I'm still living in Indiana. So, like, when I got here, they're like, hey, they told me on the phone it was a day shift position. Well, when I got to the actual contract, because the people I work for is contracted to another place. When I got to the contract, they said, no, we need you to work 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. And I went, no. I was like, go ahead and let me back out the gate. I'll go find another job. It's not happening. And being that I've got the experience I have, and the work history that I have, and the safety record I have, I got my way, because they didn't want to lose me. you know, people with a perfect safety record and a good work history are, you know, they're very few and far between in the trucking industry. So they don't want to lose me. I got companies now been begging me for 6 months to come work for them, and I just won't do it because I'm happy where I'm at. But you know, I demand my work schedule fit around my family.
Yeah, family always comes first.
Right.
You have spies. You have spies everywhere, Gordo. By the way, you're out of milk and you need bread. Do I, Gordo? That's I have spies everywhere too, Gordo. You know, despite, you know, what Eli thinks that I'm a single, unloved, uncared for, you know, attention-seeking woman sitting at home, you know, keyboard warrior. I do have spies as well, Eli. Everyone does. It's the kind of thing you do nowadays, and hence he has behind the scenes as well. We do nothing he doesn't. He has behind the scenes, so does everyone else. But we're the bad people because there's more of us, you know, and we talk to each other, you know, and we hang out. We're so evil, you know, it's unbelievable.
Well,
I'm
I think
having
it's been
a stream right now. I'm sure I'm literally being marked as the devil for having a stream talking about people. You know, it's YouTube, Eli. Get a thicker skin, mate.
thicker skin and more brains, bro.
You want a battery operated goat trench? You can have a battery operated goat if you so wish, my friend.
You need me to.
You can have a girlfriend, a goat, a sheep, a man. In this day and age, you can probably get anything battery operated. You are a very weird friend, Solus. Raven, you're a good person. Don't let anyone get you down. Oh, believe me, Solus, he don't stand a chance. Not
No,
a chance. As
don't
he
make.
said, I'm an independent, strong woman, and by golly, he should more worry about me than anyone else. Worry
Yeah,
about
for anybody catching this stream that doesn't understand what's going on, we're not hateful to this guy because we have nothing better to do or because he's triggered us or because he's gotten to us. We're hateful to this guy because he's a loser. And he gives bad coaching advice and he's a real jerk. Like we're not like I could never talk about him again and I'd be okay. Like he doesn't get to me. He just I don't know. Like I just don't like the guy. People need to be warned about him before they go taking his advice. I mean, I've heard him tell people to get back on drugs. I've heard him call people names. I've heard him attack, you know, disabled people. I've heard him go to people's mothers, call people's mothers, and tell them that like a little child. Oh, your son is bullying me. I mean, really?
Yeah,
He's
he
just a
messaged
horrible person.
his wife, didn't he? He said, "Did you know your husband bullies me?" And you're like, "Do you think his wife really cares?"
I actually heard an audio clip.
Like,
Like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, there was or a year ago or so, there was an audio clip of him actually talking about taking a hit out on another YouTuber. That's the kind of life coach he is.
yeah. How can we get this guy to disappear? Well, I'm thinking the same thing, Eli. How can we get your channel to just vanish? Just go. You left YouTube once. Do the same thing again. Go to a different community. Go far, far away.
Tachograph. I don't what are we talking about? I'm not familiar with that word.
Tachograph in the States. I have no idea what you're talking about either, Gordo. I don't know what. You're going above my head now, Gordo. You're going to have to bring it down slightly. You're a loser too, but I'm not a bully. You're not a loser, Trench. Jesus Christ, Trench. No. You know Keith Eli. He's another brand of loser. There's nothing loser about you, Trenchy. This guy is literally the epitome of a man. He's not even allowed to be called a man. He's despicable troll he's a despicable troll who's trying to be a streamer. Exactly. He is. He portrays himself as this nice, open and friendly person that just wants everyone to get along, and then he's planning behind the scenes to stab you in the back at the minute you go live. I mean, it was him that got everyone to downgrade my video. It's him that's bashing me, and he doesn't think he'll get it back. He's sorely mistaken.
Okay, I googled tachograph, and yes, Gordo, they use something similar. They call them ELDs, electronic log devices, that links to the speedometer, the tach. They also have a lot of front-facing cameras that they can record stuff and will send a message to dispatch if you're following too close or if you turn too hard. Yes, they monitor everything on the semi. They know how fast you're going, where you exactly to within 3 feet of the truck is. They know it automatically logs your movement as driving because I'm sure as you guys have wherever you are, we're only allowed to drive so many hours a week and so many a day. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it does all that.
My house called.
Oh, not only does it, yeah, it works off the dash in the cab. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we call them ELDs, electronic log devices, but yes, we do have them. It's mandatory on all trucks. There's a year restriction because the older trucks didn't have the recordable ECMs, so there are some trucks on the road that aren't made to use them, but all the newer trucks do. Oh, is it break time, dear? All right, Raven, I got to jump off here. She
No
calls me on her
worries.
break.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone in
Thank
the
you.
chat. Thank you for having me up, and I will
Thanks
talk to you
for
later.
letting
Bye.
Daddy come up here. Thank you. What do you think Miss G would do if you messaged her? I don't think your girlfriend would do anything, Gordo. Do you want to come up here, Trenchy? I'll send you the link. Want to hang out for a bit, Trenchy? Are you trench ready? Yeah, your wife wouldn't do anything, Gordo. She'd probably laugh, find it funny. I don't think she would have an issue. What is the time? 6:30. That's fine. I have a scheduled appointment at 9 o'clock, so I have plenty of time. Yes, I schedule my appointments because I'm taking some dating advice off Eli. I'm scheduling my dates. Yeah, she wouldn't blink an eye. Wouldn't blink an eye at it. Well, thank you, Anna, for you being in the chat and Coach being up here as well. I enjoy talking to both of you, and I can't wait for your next Twisted 50s. I'm going to have to work out how I can get onto your stream. Exactly. She would laugh at him. Yeah, she would laugh, find it funny. Sure, don't have much battery, but I can come up for a spell for sure. Yeah, okay. Why not? I'll put it back in the chat. You can pop up and tell me how wrong I am to go for Eli, if you like. I'd like to hear someone else's opinion because this douche absolutely hates me. He was slagging me off earlier, so I'm gonna voice my opinion. She was my spy in his server, was she now? Ooh, the plot does thicken. Ooh, you are naughty, Gordo. Naughty, naughty Gordo. Aren't you, my friend? Until she got bored and left. I guess he bored her to death, right? Totally bored your girlfriend out of it. More than likely. Yeah, if you want to come up, Soulless, you can jump on for 5 minutes. Like I said, I'm not venting as such, but I am sick and tired of the bullshit. I really am. I'm sick of what he thinks, what he says, how he acts, and just his entire persona. It's just so annoying. It's unbelievable. And to say I deserve to be single, and that I'm mentally unstable and all this other bullshit, it's sad. It really is. She thinks he's a muppet. Well, that's her prerogative. A woman can think what she likes about a guy. It's everyone's prerogative to have their own opinions. And as I've said before, I don't care if I've got 3 in the chat, 300 in the chat, as long as I am sucking it to Eli. That's all that matters in this day and age. Eli deserves everything he gets. You know, he said we're sad and pathetic and that all the men should leave their wives because they spend too much time trolling people on YouTube. And this guy is for real. This is how he feels that we should be. We should be alone and we should just be sad and watch his channel all day. That's how he feels. That's up to him. That's how he feels. Then so be it. What else can I say about the poor guy? I tried to help him. I tried to give him advice numerous times, and has he listened? No, because I'm a woman, and because he thinks he knows better, and he doesn't. We proved this time and time again that he doesn't know no better than me. The coaching tips I gave him are 100%. What more can I say? He does watch my streams. He does watch my content. He's obviously not listening. Is that because I'm a woman? Is that because I'm with the other crowd, as he calls it? Possibly. Who knows? Like I said before, I won't be told where I can and cannot go. I go wherever I like. I'm my own person. I run my channel how I like. Behind the scenes shit happens, but it happens to everybody. Eli is no different to anyone else on YouTube. He talks behind the scenes. He has his Discord. I only got so much time for cringe in my day. Exactly. I don't know who cuck Eli APOS is, but you said some really good things. I don't live in Mrs. G's pocket croquet in my space as well as she does, hence why we work well. Exactly. A relationship is a two-way thing. He is a muppet. We'll just reiterate that. My bad. Need the link again. Oh, soulless. Yeah, my bad. Gordo, are you not modded? Here you go, Gordo. Gordo, have a mod. Have a mod wrench. A modded Gordo? Yeah, I took it out because I don't need Coach Douchebag coming in here. So much cringe you can take in one day. Exactly. I totally agree with you. Coach Eli can suck a dick. Exactly. I like your little picture. I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, kudos on the picture. So let's get your fucking ass in here. Can't keep a lady waiting. Chop chop. Lady got places to be. The link's in there. See that? That says link. There we go. It takes a minute for people to be able to understand. Hang on a sec. Thanks for the wrench. You're welcome, Gordo.
What's up?
Hey, sheep. Hello. I was going to say sheep. I meant to say goat lover. Sorry. Sit down.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. I don't fuck sheep. I don't want diseases. I only fuck goats.
You're welcome for the wrench, Gordo. I can't believe you won't wrench, but to be fair, I've wrenched a lot of people recently because some douchebag is coming for me, like usual.
Right.
Some guy just can't take the hint that I don't like him and just back off.
I've seen that a lot lately.
Thank you, Cut. Go ahead.
I just said I've seen that a lot lately with a couple of my friends are dealing with some shit.
Yeah. I mean, I probably asked for him to come after me. I have a way of defending people, and he hates a lot of people, amazingly, and I defend a lot of people. And you come to a point where you bash heads with people, and that's what I've done. I've defended people, and he's butthurt by it. So that's his problem.
Exactly. I mean, you're just being a good friend. I get it that he's like, I'm being attacked, but the thing is, he's kind of a dick. I've seen his shit, and I'm not trying to start a fight with the dude. Like, I don't think he wants anything to do with me anyways. I'm like,
so there are about 200 people right now that hate him and that are basically trying to get him off YouTube. About 200. So you're one of many that think
I
he's
mean, I'm not going to try to get the dude off of YouTube. That's not my place. But
no,
I
it's
mean,
not.
well, come after me. That's fine. I'm not gonna like talk shit on my channel or anything, but I'm just saying he's kind of a dick. He is. I've seen his shit, and all he does is fight with people or say shitty things about certain types of people, and it's just like, yeah. I mean, like you should be giving people advice, not putting people down. You know.
I've tried with him. I've tried numerous times over the last 3 years to get him to change his content, to tell him to stop being such a dick. He didn't listen to any of it. And this is the shit he's now left with. 200 people want him off of YouTube. This is what he's done to himself. No one's made him into a dick. He's done it himself, but it's all our fault now that he's being trolled and everything. He brought it on himself. You know, this afternoon he was a dick to me, and that's why he's getting a live stream. He said I deserve to be single and that no man should come near me, and he'd rather jerk off than date a woman like me. Well, that's perfectly fine by me. But yeah, he said I deserve to be alone, and he's glad my man left me. He was probably sick of me being such a bitch. Yeah, he told me I deserved to be single. He was glad my man left me, and that men would be better jerking off than dating me. Yeah, he was nice. That's coaching. That he was coaching me for being single. That was my life coaching experience, apparently.
I've seen the dude stuff, and I don't want to make accusations, but I think the guy might be sexist. So there you go.
He's completely anti-woman, completely. So when I left the stream that he was on, I decided to put "eat a dick" in the chat. You know, just voice my opinion. And
I mean, if
he
attacks you,
too bad.
I get it.
Yeah. He's got it the last week. He's been such a dick to loads of people. He's written to people's wives behind the scene, messaging people's wives to try and convince them to leave their husbands.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. That's the underhanded shit he participates in. He messages people's wives to convince them to leave their husbands. He's a life coach who's supposedly trying to break up marriages and not keep them together. Like this is the life coach that he's portraying himself to be, and this is what he's getting back. That's everything he puts out there he deserves. You can't message wives. You know, he told us on a live stream the other day we were uneducated, we were criminals, we were lowlifes, we were scum, we were retarded, we were alcoholics, we basically were just worthless people. And that's why I did a stream the other day and told him he could basically go fuck himself. I defend all my friends to the ends of the earth on YouTube. If I lose my channel, so be it. I do not care. It's more important to protect my friends. And that's all. A channel can be put back up again. Everything I've ever got is downloaded. My entire channel is protected. I could bring it back tomorrow and everything would be back. And I'd have all my friends still here. Eli doesn't have nothing to fall back on. He doesn't have any friends to fall back on. He's got no one backing him up. There's nobody.
Right. I don't know. The thing is, I was listening to those insults. Half of those weren't even really insults. Those were just words. But I mean, he's got like a bunch of subscribers. It's like, why is he going after small channels? Like, that's not cool, man. Just chill and do your thing. And you know, if you wanna,
his 4K subscribers, actually 3 of them are fake. 3,000 of them are fake.
Oh,
he would bought them.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on that bot game. I give him that.
he actually only has 1K genuine subscribers. The rest were bought for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He glorifies himself as this self-made coach on YouTube, and he's so wonderful. And then he's behind the scenes doing all this dodgy shit to people, doxing them, giving out the phone numbers to people. He even tried to hire a hitman at one. He's crazy. He's literally a Fruit Loop. And he wants us to like him.
I mean, I get the thing is how you defeat these fuckers is you don't give them attention. Their attention holds. They get off on it, man. He's probably jerking off right now to this shit.
Well, he's jerking off. At least he's going to be getting some, because there's no woman on God's green earth that's going to be jumping in there with him. He might as well be beating his meat all day long. I mean, I don't have a problem bashing him. I really don't. This is everything in my eyes. He gets what he deserves from me.
Exactly. I get that. But you're a strong woman, very intelligent, very beautiful woman, and you don't need to be spending time on his ass. Like, he don't deserve your time.
Oh, so sweet.
Negative or positive.
Are you flirting just because I'm single? I've had that all day. People bigging me up now because I'm going for Eli because I'm single. They're like, "Oh, you're such a nice woman. You're strong, independent, and single. You're so sweet." People have been telling me.
I wasn't going to go strong, independent. That's independent's a little too much. You gotta don't throw too much out there because you can't. If you're telling someone they're strong and independent, they're gonna know you're sucking up.
Yeah. You're cute, you're sweet, you're independent, you're a lovely woman. It's like, yeah, you can get off my ass, thanks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna crawl up your ass and live up there. No offense to your ass, but I don't know if I would fit.
No one's living up there. They can sweet talk me all they like, but no one's crawling up there, believe me. Soulless. So what? I think soulless means he's a sex pest, not sexist. I don't think so, Gordo. Oh,
I'm not a sex pest, even though people think I am.
He just lives in the wrong country. I live in the UK. He's kind of sweet. So SB bought, he was bought subs by SB. He was bought subs by Riley. His entire sub count is fake. The whole of it. He doesn't have 4K subscribers. DeRosa is going live in 16 minutes. Is he? Oh, I'd love to hear DeRosa's side of it. Well, exactly. Yeah, his subs are fake. And the shit he throws at me, my 2K subs are entirely real. Entirely real. 100%. People come to my channel, they watch my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching is just a front. Yeah, he resorts back to it when he knows, and that's cucking. Yeah. I've never had any advice from him. I mean, today he found out I was single. Did he give me advice? Did he tell me to get back out there? There's, more men out there. No, he told me men would rather jerk off. I mean, that's life coaching 101. That was life coaching for me. You're now single. Oh, Raven, you should get back out there. You're a lovely lady. No, he was telling me that he'd rather jerk off and that men should avoid me. This is his coaching technique to people. Oh, you think Eli's a sex pest, Gordo? Possibly. He did do his walks every day round a park, mind you. And he did keep shouting at people and even shouted at a dog to shut up. He was screaming. I mean, he's got issues. That's quite clear. He was telling the kids in the park to stop making noise on a park. Like, if you're going to film in a park, mate, there's going to be kids. Because amazingly, that's where they hang out. News, Eli. You don't have kids of your own, I know that. So you obviously don't know what a kid's life was like. But they do hang out in parks. That's what they were made for. They're for kids. They named a river after me. Anti-cut device, Eli. You change your name every 5 minutes. I'm just going to call you Auntie now.
Yeah, that's
I know
yeah.
you. I know you love the best me, and you'd love me to not feed into Mister Eli. Um,
I get it though. We all do it. We all do it. We've all talked to people in one way or another. Um, at least you have the balls to do it publicly. You know,
yeah,
you're
I
not
mean,
hiding.
I will defend anyone. You know, the people I defend are 100% in the right all the time. You know, he's said some nasty shit, and you know, I've literally tried to keep it as professional as possible, if he wants to put it like that. Everything I've said has stuff to back it up. There are people that say exactly the same thing like me. It's not that I'm just throwing something in the air and people are just following it. This is all shit he
I
does
get
to
it.
people. It's 100% backed up, and that's the problem with him. He can't get away from it because there is so much out there now.
Right,
You can literally
right.
Google him and see the shit he's done. There's a playlist of him being a dick to people, and it shows him swearing at people, derogatory language to people. He was bullying the disabled during, and it's all recorded. The whole thing is in a playlist. People can see it. It's not like we're just making stuff up and going for him.
Oh no, I know you want to do that. I know you
You
will
know,
for that.
people will think, well, you're just targeting this guy for no reason. I'm not just targeting him. He has done horrible things to people, and I've
Well,
been there.
they don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I I have had the experience. I've never truly interacted, but I have. I watched. I've taken in uh, intel to know enough not to fuck with this dude.
Coach Eli's nothing to worry about. He's a small fry on YouTube. He's nothing to worry about. He literally won't do anything to you. He's literally all mo for no action. He's threatened to sue people. He's threatened to come after people, and he's done none of it. He's all talk and no action. That's all he is. He's just all talk. He threatened to take someone to court for £5 million. £5 million for apparently talking shit about him. He never did it. He never went through with it, but he's been saying it for years. Well, I could do, you know. Well, I could do, you know. Well, go ahead then. Why aren't you doing it? Well, I could if I
Right.
want to, but I don't want to right now. Well, if you're so butthurt, why aren't you doing it? Stop talking about it. And that's literally what he does. He threatens people with empty threats and then never does anything. It's also he can get attention on his channel because people want to know what's going on with the drama, and he'll keep it going for years.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to message my wife. Yes, he does, Riley. He does message your wife, and he tells you what a bad man you are.
I get it,
He
and
tells
it's
you you're
good
a
to
bad
back.
man, Riley. You're a bad person, Riley. Did you hear that from Coach Eli? You're bad. So instead of going to Riley like a man and trying to fix it mano a mano, he decides to message his wife. What a real man does. He goes behind the man's back. He could go for Riley and talk to Riley face to face and do it online and hash it out, but he won't do it. He's too much of a pussy. We were banned from a live stream earlier because we tried to go in there and support people. He banned us all. We literally went in there, said hi, and got banned instantly. The whole lot of us. He promoted the stream and said, come and watch it. And when we went there, we were all banned within about 15 minutes, if that. Some people got banned for saying hi. We're apparently all trolls, the whole lot of us. Even I'm classed as a troll. It's crazy. Who's this? Who's this bollocks you're talking? You know exactly who I'm talking about, Trash Picture, don't you? Everyone knows
No, I
Coach
don't think he
Eli.
does.
Everyone knows Coach Eli in some respect. He's in so many communities and hated by so many people. You literally cannot go anywhere on YouTube that doesn't know him.
I
He
mean,
went
he does.
after the Reborn
He
group.
doesn't
He
fuck
went
with the
after
other
the
community.
growth He's been after the Grope group for ages. He tried to go after the Reborn group. He went to Midtown. He's come into Lycan Legion's group. He's going for Rogues. He's gone everywhere. And he's come out with nothing.
I mean, but the thing is, this guy's literally nothing. Like, yeah, he's been after some communities, but he hasn't been to half the communities on YouTube. Like, the thing is, you're my friend. I always have your back and shit. But this dude ain't shit. This dude ain't shit. I mean, and the thing is he shouldn't be attacking people because he's got like what, a shitload of subscribers. Why is he attacking small channels? That's not nice.
Yeah, he literally attacks. If you don't side with what he says and his philosophy, he attacks you. It's literally how it goes. You either had to support his channel and go for everything he says. That's how I got banned. When I came on a stream, made a comment in the chat, and he banned me because my opinion was different.
You're better off for being banned. You're better off. He's a bad person, and it's like, you know.
You only have to look at Raven's content. Would a woman that does makeup videos and thrift videos bash him if he wasn't any truth to it? Well, no, I'm not disputing there's any truth to it, Gordo. I wouldn't come out on YouTube and voice my opinion if I 100% didn't believe in it. That's what makes me. It makes me, well, it's basically me, Gordo. I hate him with a passion. Nothing would convince me otherwise. Not a chance. I've spent 3 years around all this, and at no point has he even changed my mind slightly. And he's always come for me. May not mention my name, but he's always making little slide comments all the time. And today, you know, he just pissed me off.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this shit. You don't deserve to be being attacked, dude.
He's basically a political correct Tyree. I haven't been to Ty's stream before. I know you're talking about him a lot, Riley, but I haven't been part of that side of things. But I know he fucked a lot of people off. Sounds like a basement dwelling fuckstick. Well, that's a good way of making him look. He is literally a mummy's boy that lives at home and is basically waiting for his mum to die so he can have his dad's inheritance while he YouTubes in his mother's basement and gave up his job because he claims that this is his career now. It's not a very good one. He's not getting any donations. He's not making anything from YouTube. I work and do YouTube. I can do both. He gave up YouTube thinking he was going to be this great big YouTuber. He's monetized and he was going to grow to 10K. He hasn't grown in the last year. He's obviously doing something wrong.
I mean, his words aren't worth any salt, you know.
So sweet. I totally get where you're coming from, Solus. You have my best interests at heart, and I know the same as me. I'd hate for my channel to go down to this douchebag, but you know, I stand for what I say, you know. I'd hate to lose.
You're ride or die for your friends, and I get that, and I respect that, and I'm not gonna tell you not to do that because that's kind of fucked up to tell you. Like, yeah, leave your friends out to get slaughtered and fucking destroyed.
Just let them hang out to dry. It would be the same with you, Solus. If someone came for you, I'd be there in a heartbeat defending you. That's what I do. That's what friends do. You know, no one is backing. No one's making a live stream defending Eli. There's nobody defending him anywhere. There's multiple live streams against him. And if he was that popular and everything we said was untrue, there'd be somebody in his corner defending him. There's absolutely no one making a live stream defending Coach Eli and saying, oh, you're mistaken, he's a good man. There's no one doing that. That tells you a lot about somebody if there's no one in his corner defending him. No one's backing him up.
Oh shit.
You watched
Well,
2 minutes of video. Like, you watched too much video and couldn't make it all the way through. He's a total incel standing spastic.
I mean, that's a
I don't
true
like
Irishman in the chat, man. No one can curse better than him.
I totally agree with you, Trash Picture Show. I don't like the word spastic because I actually have an autistic son. I have a disabled, mentally challenged son who's autistic. The word spastic is kind of
He he
unliked in
doesn't
my.
mean it like that, you know. He
I know.
doesn't mean it like that.
I
He's a
can't
good
get
dude.
around words like that, spastic and retard and all that. I have a son that is mentally challenged, and
Get it? I have a very close friend on here that's like that. That's
yeah,
very close with Marty as well.
is that Gemma?
Yeah.
Gemma Journey Grace, yeah. Me and her have a special little bond. I met her before all this shit with Eli. How can you troll if you produce content? I suppose you could still troll people and make content. It's always a good cover. I mean, I trolled Eli for what 3 years now, and it took him what 2 years to realize I hated his guts. I mean, I did a pretty good job. Seems like he calls us shit. Yeah, no shit there, Trash Picture. He is. He's literally like a cancer on YouTube. He goes from stream to stream and he just tries to ruin it. That's all he does. He puts his 2 cents in and wants us all banned and he says horrible things about us as shit. I didn't. No, that's perfectly fine. Trash Picture. It's just that the words spastic and retard and all that. I just it winds me up.
I get it. I get it.
Perfectly fine, Trash Picture. Some people you can write it like that if you like. Some people use that in a very negative way, and it drives me crazy. Especially people like Eli. You said retard earlier. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know if you knew, Coach, but I do have an autistic son, and I do bite my tongue when people use those words. I kind of like. I don't like to tell people off on my live streams. Really, not really. I try and be nice to everyone. It's no problem, J Rom. I don't usually promote my son. He I do mention him occasionally to Gemma. Me and Gemma do talk about my son on her live stream because Gemma's autistic, the same as what my son is. It's the content, just the content. Yeah, it's the context in which it's used. Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it, people. It's my own personal butt hurt over the word. So
Nah,
sorry,
yeah, cool.
you don't have to be careful of your word, Coach. You can voice your opinion in any way. It's just that when you say it, I will wince. Because that's just how I am. I protect everybody, and it's just the word. It's just the word written down on a screen. But people do
Yeah.
use on YouTube in that kind of way, and Eli said it multiple times, and it was said in hurt. No worries, just ignore it. Hey, right, Claire. No.
Okay. Adios.
Adios. See you in a bit. So no, you don't have to worry. Everyone stop being. See what happens when you mention something. Everyone's apologizing.
It happened.
Everyone's
Yes,
apologizing. It's fine. I'm sure there are people that don't like that I tell Eli to suck a dick and eat a dick and go fuck himself. I'm sure there are people that would say, "Oh, you're using derogatory terms there." Well, too bad, Eli.
Well, what type of dick is he eating? Like an animal dick, a human dick? Is it like a dead dick?
Every time I finish my videos and Coach finishes videos and Riley finishes videos, the one thing we say is, Coach Eli, eat a dick. It's become our thing. I told him to eat a dick earlier on the stream when he left. He said, right, I'm going, folks, bye. And I just put eat a dick in the chat. It's called having a sense of humor in my case. I think it's funny. He probably doesn't. Raven's a big girl. She can handle it, not like Eli. Yeah, I put men in their place, Gordo. Did you see that? Whip them men right into shape.
I mean,
Has anyone
I think
attempted
it's funny.
this tool down? He's like a cancer. He comes back. We did get rid of him for 3 months. He disappeared off YouTube. He buggered off, and then he came back, and he's more of a douche than ever. We
Sometimes
basically
they come
fueled
back.
the douche. Eat a dick. Thank you, Joe Rum. I'm hoping that's showing. It's probably spammed. Oh, yeah, it came up. Eat a dick. Perfect. Want to make sure that shows, or I'm gonna have to unhide it. We can't have Eli rewatching my stream and not having that on there. Yeah, let's just put it on the stream. Like, there you go. Look, Eli, eat a dick. Eli has a fetish for rainbow dildos. I have seen that. There are quite a lot of memes with him with a rainbow dildo. I wouldn't be offended by that. Not unless you well, maybe he doesn't have a kinky side. But nothing wrong with that meme. I like your meme, Gordo. It's artistic. How are you then? It's so nice of you to pop on and defend me. It really is.
Oh yeah, no problem. I usually stay away from stuff like this, but it's like I got your back, and I know what's going on. And if he wants to come after me, he's got 7,000 subscribers. I got like what 1,000. It's
Yeah, but
like
it's not
it's
all
kind
about
of
numbers.
sad.
It's not all about numbers. It's having people that actually have your back that he lacks. No one
I
has
mean,
it.
I don't care about numbers. I have friends. I like hanging out with those friends, and I like supporting those friends. And if he destroys the channel, if he takes on the channel and all my content goes away, it will kind of suck. But in the end of the day, I can make a new one. I can get it all. I can make it back up. You know, it's like I think having your back's more important than that. And yeah,
Oh, that's very sweet of you. I think a
if he
lot of
wants
people
to.
have my back. There are a lot. Okay, they're mostly men on YouTube, but a lot of people have my back. And literally, I have spent what the last year or two not mentioning Eli. I didn't mention him at all. I haven't done a live stream in ages on him. It's only the last 3 days where he's just been a complete dick that he needed taking down a peg or two. And he was putting the videos out first, and I was responding to them. He literally threw the videos out there first. And I decided that enough was enough. He needed to be taken down, and told, no, stop being such a dick. You're not making yourself look any better. He did himself no favors. And then mentioning me this afternoon, he just made it worse for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I took the high road. I made a video coaching him on dating tips, how his channel should progress, how he should try and change his content. And this afternoon was the response I got. Some people just
Right.
don't help. And he's quite clearly one of them. He likes being the dick of YouTube. He likes having memes made fun of him. He likes entire streams coming and ruining his live stream. He ruined a guy's live stream earlier by banning us all. He
Yeah,
banned us.
that's not cool.
He was in there. He was literally like, I'm not coming on the stream unless you ban them because I don't want them here. It wasn't even his channel. He was appearing on somebody else's channel.
I mean, the host shouldn't have banned you. The host doesn't have to listen to them.
Yeah, he could just sit there, do the stream, and ignore the chat, ignore the trolling, and just get on with it. But no, he made a big deal of it. He held the stream back, and by the time it actually started, half of us were banned.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the kind of person he is. He's controlling. He's overbearing. He tells these weird accusations and lies to people, like we're all trolls. We're all out to get him. We're not all out to get him. There's not some mob after him. He just talks so much shit about people that what he dishes out, he gets back. That's all it is. If he didn't talk about us, we wouldn't respond to it.
Yeah, right. I get that.
I'm not going to be talked shit about and then just sit there and go, oh, well, that's Coach Eli's opinion. That's why people have come to my chat to defend me. I'm not just this little sad, lonely woman on YouTube. I have people. I always have done. I just never use them, I always keep them in the background, as he calls it, behind the scenes. I have people. Always have done. He looks like one of those tech flutes who want to be allowed out. Yeah, he's a, as we call it, he's a little angry man. DeRosa is live. Can't wait to hear this. DeRosa's live, is he? Oh, that should be good. He likes anti-attention as long as his attention narcissistic. Exactly. Like I said, I don't know who you are, anti-cuck, but everything you've said is 100% on. He is a narcissist and he is attention-seeking. He told me he was going live later because he'll know we'll turn up. He'll know we'll watch. Probably going to be about me. He was really triggered this afternoon by me, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was dating tips for single women or some shit that he makes his channel. More than likely. How to not date a woman like Raven, or tips for me to get a man, or how to avoid women like me. It'll be something like that, guaranteed. It'll just be so we can bring my name up and say it's the subject text. It's just using you as an example. Just what I do. I bring you up as an example. How to not be a douchebag on YouTube. Stop being like Eli. Eli made it personal when he flagged my business page. He did flag your business page, Gordo. He does things to people's real lives. And unfortunately, I have an ocean between us, so I'd like to see him try. It's just my personal pride. I'd like to see what he could do this far away from me. You're on point as well. I am on point, anti-cuck. That's exactly what I'm saying is 100% true. And if Cuck wants to disagree with me, that's his own opinion. That's what I believe YouTube is for, to have your opinions. He can beg to differ, by all means. It's called freedom of speech, I believe, anti-cuck. I don't know what the rule is in the UK, but in America there's freedom of speech, and in the UK I'd like to think so. He's lucky I'm in the UK. Exactly, Gordo. If I was in America, I don't think I'd take shit like that. I think I'd find the park he was in and give him a piece of my mind face to face. Yeah, we'll both go after him, Gordo. We'll get a plane ticket. I wouldn't mind going to America. I can meet Solus too. We'll all go after him.
I will not be part of going after, but I will sit in the car and cheer. I will dress up as a giraffe and I will have flags and I'll be the mascot in the car. Yeah. I mean, I'll be the fall guy. You in case shit goes wrong, you need someone to talk to the police. So I'll be the guy.
Oh, Soulish, you're so sweet, and thank you, Gordo.
The fall guy, it's like you guys get out. They'll chase after the guy in the giraffe suit. It's like,
See, that's where we're lucky, Gordo. We've met before. We're in the same country. We know exactly each other. Eli doesn't because he's never met me. But you've had the pleasure of meeting me in real life, Gordo. And I am a bigger bitch as I come off on YouTube. I am like that. Sorry. That's how I am. Sweet Raven, you did a video on the epic Dublin. Sweet Raven, you did a video on the epic Dublin jewel heist. I did. Yeah. I also do serial killers, murderers, kidnappers, and loads of other stuff. I have a very weird channel, Trash Picture Show. If you haven't seen my channel before, you'll be surprised of some of the shit that's on it.
I'll have to check some of that out for sure.
Yeah, there is serial killers, there's heists, there's kidnappings. I do a lot of weird shit, Trash Picture Show. It's not all just bashing people on YouTube. I filmed in a graveyard this morning.
Oh, yay.
Graveyard. Yeah, I did a typical goth thing this morning. I went to a graveyard and filmed it.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to be typical Raven. I thought I'd go sit in a graveyard and live stream like normal people.
Oh wait, you were live streaming in the graveyard?
Yeah, I live streamed the graveyard. I shooed the church off that was in there, the graves and everything. It was a really nice stream.
Oh, that's dope, man. How many times have you done that? Was that your first time, or
No,
is
I've
this like
like
a habit?
I did a video before of where I used to live, and this is where I now live. So I did a whole graveyard tour, and then I've got a cemetery tour that I'm going to do in a week or so. Yeah, I just
Oh,
hang out.
nice.
I just hang out in cemeteries and graveyards. I have nothing better to do.
I
I'm still
mean,
a typical goth. I just hang out in graveyards all day and then trash people in the evening on YouTube. You know, I've got a full day.
it's a more eventful life than me for sure. You beat my life out by aces.
But yeah, I did. I filmed in it was about half our stream this morning. I filmed in the graveyard the other day, and then next week we're going to the cemetery to really push the boat out.
Yay, cemetery! It's like someone's got to entertain the dead people,
I'm going to
man.
do a
It's like they
live
got to
stream
be bored.
in the cemetery. Someone did say to me the other day, "How have you got internet in the cemetery?" I said, "Well, I use my data." I said, "Did you honestly believe that dead people need Wi-Fi?" How did you think I got it?
I
And then when
mean, maybe some of those dead people got Wi-Fi.
yeah, I used my
They're,
data to do it. That was the only way I could film in a graveyard because amazingly, they don't have
yeah.
Wi-Fi in graveyards.
I know, right? It's like the dead people. We all thought the dead people are sitting there watching Jerry Springer and shit in the
Yeah,
graveyard and
watching you.
Boomerang.
You definitely check out my videos. Yeah, there's an entire playlist called Serial Killers. It's called Serial Killer Crimes and something. There's Madeleine McCann's crime on there. There's Ted Bundy. There's quite a few on there. I've done over 100.
Ooh, over. Huh? I'll have to check that out. See if I see some names I don't recognize. I probably will.
Yeah, I
I
did the
mean,
dual robbery today. I've done Madeleine McCann. I did a baby snatcher one. I've done murder. I've done loads. There's an
ooh,
entire
he
playlist
snatching
on there.
those babies.
It's called Serial
What?
Killers Trash Picture Show. There's about 100 and something on there. I do them. I did literally an entire month worth of serial killers in October. I dedicate the entire month. Every video I did was just serial killers, and people thought it was weird. That's too bad.
Nice.
Have you done the Essex Boys? Is that the Essex Boys? I did the little kid murder that happened in the UK. I've done Baby P. I did the what was it? I did Ian Huntley's murder, where he murdered two little girls. I've done quite a few of them, Gordo. You'll have to watch my content. You can't get sneak peeks. Watch the content, Gordo. There is a lot
Yes,
of info.
yeah.
I go into great detail in all my videos. I literally tell you their childhood, what happened to them in the end. It goes through the entire story, and it's all under 3 minutes long. It literally gets to the point.
Yeah, very. I've seen quite a few of them. Very precise. Very well done. Very well edited.
I call it basically my serial killer biographies, or they're called 3 minute murder stories. It's literally getting to the nitty gritty of what happened. It goes into some of them go into more detail than others, so they're all age restricted.
Right.
Because if I'm going to put them on there, I'm going to put what actually happened. Simple as.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Sugarcoating it. It says on there if they're decapitated, stabbed, what happened, this happened, and it goes through the whole thing.
I mean, how are you supposed to explain the cases if you can't explain what happened? Is you just say this man murdered people?
Yeah,
Like that would be every episode.
Yeah, I did Ed Gein, I did Ted Bundy, I did the Toy Box Murders, BTK, I've done Charles Manson, I've done women as well. There are women serial killers as well. There's at least
Oh
two
yeah,
or three
yeah.
I've done, and I've got more that I haven't even got around to yet. There's just not enough hours in the day because I have to research them and make them and edit them, and it takes time.
I get it, man. You put a lot of work into those, more than I do on
Yeah,
the average video for sure.
I like, as I've always told people on my channel, I like serial killers. I like murders. I watch and read and do. I don't do murders, but I do, take interest in them. I watch true crime
I
every day. I watch court TV to see people in court. I experience all sides of it, from
yeah,
on the news, in books, on telly, watching movies of murder. I experience it all. You
right,
know,
right. I
people
hear
can
you.
call me weird as they like. Well, you have a serial killer on your channel. So what? At least I'm not going out
Well,
and murdering people. I'm just writing about them. Like
yeah,
seriously, get a grip.
I mean, I have talked about eating babies on my channel, so you're not weird at all.
No,
Um,
I write about them. I've done reviews on horror. I talk about horror movies. I talk about serial killers. I dress up at Halloween and make a complete prat of myself. That's what a goth does. I get into the goth stuff.
wait, did you just say you crap on yourself? I think
This
I
is
heard you wrong.
thanks. I don't think I said that.
Oh, my bad. I definitely heard you wrong. Cause
I think
I'm like, yeah, that was yeah.
it's called the
My bad.
Redden murders. No, I don't know about that, Gordon, unless I've named it differently. I can Google it and look it up. But if you've got another, um, I have my extensive catalogue of serial killer books. As weird as that. That's why I'm single. That's really why I'm single, Gordo, because I spend most of my time researching serial killers.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
The Redundant murders on the village in Essex. Oh, three drug dealers were shot dead in a Range Rover. No, haven't done that one, Gordo. Now I'm going to have to do that one now, just because you've given it to me, Gordo. Like I said, there's about a catalogue of 100. I've done high-profile cases, more obscure one. There's one there where an entire village just kills people, just at random. They just
Oh
decided one
shit.
day that the bad people in their village needed to die, and they all started disappearing. And it was this gang of women that were murdering people. There are some weird people out there, Gordon.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. The gang of women that were murdering the assholes and shit.
Yeah, there's a guy that had a crocodile that people started disappearing. He was feeding them. He had a crocodile in the back of his pub, and his wife started disappearing, and they discovered that he'd been feeding them to the crocodile. There are weird people out there.
Oh
And I
yeah.
just watch them. I'm not the weird person. I'm not out there killing people, and I'm just reading it. But if that makes me weird, then so be it.
I mean, at least he was a good pet owner. You know, he made sure his animal was well fed and.
Hey, Arthur Bremer. I cannot pronounce your surname.
Oh, he's
I'm
cool.
so minded in things like reading. But your name's Arthur. It says hi, Trinchy. He obviously knows you.
Yeah, art's cool. Art's a friend.
We like cool people. As long as you're cool. To be fair, my channel, I haven't banned anyone on my channel in years, so you'd have a hard job to wind me up enough to get banned. Don't think I've got
You
any banned.
you won't have to ban art. I
It's
can
not
I
worth
can
it. It's not worth
guarantee.
banning people. If people have opinions, I'd rather hear them, to be fair. When I did the serial killer series and people told me I was weird and creepy, and yeah, it's like, oh, off.
Oh,
Don't
trust
care.
me, he hangs out with me. He's not gonna find you weird and creepy at all. He hangs
Oh,
out with my
he does.
jackass.
Well, you've already experienced, the bottom of creepy. You can sort of come back halfway, and you'll meet me on the way. I'm like halfway up creepy. I filmed in the graveyard today. I blamed
Oh,
my
yeah.
wife for cutting out on dead people. They stole my Wi-Fi because I went halfway around the graveyard and it cut out. I'm like, oh, come on.
God damn. The
Get
dead
off my.
people stealing the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there's some dude in some grave where some kid put his iPad in there and he's like, oh, I can use this. By the way,
But I
the
got
time.
the little dead kid's like, I'm trying to play fucking Flappy Birds, man. Stop stealing all the Wi-Fi. We're
I
playing
literally
fucking
walked
Flappy
through the
Birds.
graveyard and it cut out. And when I came back the other week, I was like, bloody dead people stealing my Wi-Fi. Get off. Yeah, some people got a bit tetchy because I was filming in the graveyard. Like, get over yourself. Seriously. Reminds me of the girl I met online. Okay, I have to read this. Reminds me of this girl I met online. She had that look in her eye. Do I have a look in my eye? She loved horror movies. Apartment was filled with dismembered mannequins. No, I don't know one of them. And a
Oh,
psycho movie shower curtain. But they're cool. What
why
happened?
why do I find that sexy?
I don't have mannequins in my house. I do watch a lot of horror. The only DVDs you will find in my house are literally horror. And I don't have a psycho killer shower. Although if I had a shower, I probably would get one. I would probably get a shower curtain that had blood all over it, just for the fun of it.
Oh hell yeah.
I would. I'd get a bath mat. There's a bath mat you can get that when you stand on it when you get out of the shower, it creates blood prints. Like,
I
it's
mean,
does that make
you're
us a
not.
no, I don't think so.
That's not creepy. Apparently, I fuck mannequins and wipe my ass with small animals. So that's you're not creepy at all. Um,
They have a look in there. And what kind of look is it, though? She had a look in her eye. Was that you were going to wake up dead in a freezer or something? Or you're going to wake up tied to a bed or something, Auntie? How far did you think she was going to go? The look in her eye. I don't know if I give
was
a look.
she gonna eat you alive? Like, was she gonna eat your foot and shit?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I give off a look. I might give off a more bitchy attitude, but then that's some people are like that. It's called defensive.
Oh well, I
Raven,
think you look like a human.
if you check out the Nobody Zone podcast about Karen, I can't read, Kieran Patrick Kelly, the London Underground killer who murdered people by pushing them in front of trains. Yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
cool. I find that cool. Now people are going to say, "Ooh, murder! Ooh, pushing in front of trains. She's all creepy."
I mean, it's interesting. I wouldn't condone that, and I think they're horrible people, but it's interesting. You know, that
How
someone would sit there and be like, I'm just gonna push people in front of trains.
see, that's weird because I think it's cool and interesting, isn't it? You know, they're mentioning murder being pushed in front of a train, and there's me wanting to go research it and watch it.
I mean, I'm interested in it.
Watch
Like,
that content. You know, why would you want to watch that or read about it? Well, because it's interesting.
I
We,
want to
we,
read about it. I don't
we,
know
we,
about sensually watching someone do it, but I'll read about it. I'll watch people reenact it for sure.
you know, the first murder I ever looked into was H. Holmes and his murder hotel. Absolutely fascinated me how he did it. How you could kill so many people, have them disappear, and literally be unawares in a fucking hotel. Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
man.
the guy's got some fucking skills.
Uh, you seen American Horror Story Hotel, right? They based that guy off of that guy.
You know, it's well cool. Shit like that's interesting. It beats watching, you know, fucking soaps. You know, it's interesting. You know, it gets you on the edge of your seat to watch stuff like that. You know, I don't need
Yeah,
to watch soaps and have my everyday life thrown in. You know, how your life's not
fucking.
perfect and all this. I'd rather watch things like that. Same with horror movies.
Oh
People
yeah,
judge
man. I
you for
love
whatever.
horror. You know that.
People judge you for whatever you have an interest in. Doesn't matter who you are.
Oh,
So
exactly.
I hang out in graveyards on my day off, you know.
I mean, it's
Make me
better than
weird, maybe to the normal person, but I don't want to be fucking normal. I don't want to be normal.
it's
It's
better than
boring.
hanging out in the Starbucks parking lot, you know, or like.
You met another guy online? Oh, for God's sake, Auntie. Are you just like, I met a girl online I thought had beautiful long black hair. And when I met her, she was bald and it was a wig. She had the ugliest biomech tattoo I've ever seen on her head. What have you meeting these women? Whatever dating site you're on, I suggest you change it. You're meeting some
What?
really creepy women, apparently.
She might have been a lizard woman.
She's the same girl. You probably were going to end up in her basement tied to a chair, let's be honest. It's sounding like the more and more you're telling me about her that you were probably going to wake up, in a freezer. I'm sorry, but some women are like that, Auntie. I'm sorry, but you are going to meet some women that would like to tie you to a chair and talk to you. It's just how life is. You just have to let it go. It was a long time ago, yeah, because dating sites have really changed now. They're normal people on dating sites now. They're not crazy people. Have you seen how many people have been murdered from dating sites? Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Craigslist. Yeah, the number is endless. You can meet a weirdo anywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a dating app or in a graveyard nowadays or online. There are weird people everywhere. They're just really good at it.
Just look at YouTube, and there's a lot of creepy people on YouTube for sure.
There are creepy people everywhere. We just don't always put it out there. My channel has serial killers. Big deal. I'm a goth. Big deal. Get over it. You don't like my shit? Go elsewhere.
Yeah, I was invited on the stream, right? For this chick I never met before. I go on her stream. I go on her stream on the fucking StreamYard and shit, and I'm up there, and I'm just like, hi, and she's like, fuck you, bitch, and then she ends the stream and disappears, and I'm like, what was that about? Like,
I don't think I've ever had anyone storm off my stream. Amazingly, I'm quite accommodating to people and their outbursts and their weirdness. I kind of let it flow.
oh, me too, man.
There are some crazy people on YouTube. I don't dispute. There are some crazy ass people on YouTube, and I've been in some of their streams. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, you've been in my stream, so you've definitely been some crazy people. Come on, you've been in some crazy shit. I'm surprised you haven't tried to sue me for like something offensive or something.
I did when you had that other guy with and we kept getting you to do weird shit. That was hilarious. That's like the best stream you've ever done.
The Holy Cool Cat.
Yeah. We were getting you to do whatever we want, and he was like, eat out of the dog bowl. So you went and did it. And then I got you to shout stuff out your window, and you went, no, I can't do that. And I said, fine, if you want to be a wimp, don't do it then. You were like, well, and
dude, I was a pussy. But in my defense, I did drink cat piss on that stream on accident, but I drank cat piss.
And then I can't remember what I got you to shout, but I'm like, shout out at your window. Like, I've got neighbours. I'm so fucking what? Just shout it out. And you actually did it, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I can't believe he did it. I was joking. Like, stop reading the chat. Stop reading it. And they were like, what can we get him to do next because he's done what Raven wanted? It's like, no, stop. I didn't think he'd do it in the first place.
Oh, it's fine. There were just some small children outside. They didn't mind.
When you write crazy shit in the chat and you're like, oh yeah, shout at the window, I'm a complete asshole and all this, and you're like, oh, I'll do it, and you just go ahead and do it. And I was like, no, stop. Stop reading your chat and doing what it says. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to go drink out of the cat's bowl. And we're like, what is he doing? Stop doing things people suggest.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because it was the dog's bowl and the cat had peed in there, and I didn't know. So I ended up drinking cat piss on it. Then Pepper had me pole dancing with the broom to fucking Baby Shark. That was a shit that happened. And then they ended up making me come out of the closet, which meant I climbed in my closet and climbed out, and that became the name of the stream. And yeah, that was some fun times, man.
That was the best stream ever because I turned up at the stream and I don't think I'd met Kat before. And I came in, you're like, oh, Raven's cool and all this. And then we got you to do this weird shit. And I just thought, oh my God, that they were warned, I came in there and I didn't know this guy. And he's like, I can get Trenchy to do anything. And I was like, can you really? And we were like daring you to do stuff. And I was like, holy shit, he's actually doing it. No. Like, oh,
That
bless
that guy's
you.
crazy. I'm still in contact with that guy. I
Yeah,
probably shouldn't have been doing half the stuff I was doing him since he was underage and shit, but I saw him like a friend. But it's
yeah.
like, yeah, there's a couple of those streams that are like really suspect and probably people might misconstrue. But
there
I
was
don't
one.
know.
There was one where he kept typing in the chat something, and he kept saying it over and over and over, and it just became
Oh
so
no,
fun.
I
I
know
can't.
what you're talking about. He was
Yeah.
on the stream, right? And he was asking people to climb inside of his you know what. And you were there in the chat. He started asking people in the chat, and I'm like, and I being the responsible adult in this situation, instead of saying no, was instead of saying no was like, you want to climb in it? Like I don't want to climb in it. Do you want to climb? Jesus Christ.
He was like
Not good.
literally, yeah, Trenchy's dick is just open, just climb on in. And you're like, no, no one's going there.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're like, no one's going in my pee pee hole. And he's like, but I want to go in your pee pee hole. It's like, stop, will you? And then the entire chat was
You're
just
gonna
going,
get me in prison, motherfucker.
and you were like,
But
no one's coming up anywhere in my body, no orifice, no nothing. No one's crawling anywhere. And it just got worse as the stream went on. The more you kept saying no, the more they kept changing it. And they're like, well, if you don't want me to climb in your pee pee hole, then we're going to climb in your butthole. And you're like, no, get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
Back off. So your streams aren't exactly weird, are they? I mean, they're not normal, but they're not weird. I mean, depends what your
I,
weirdness is.
they're a thing. If you ever want in one time, you can always stop by. My door's always open for you. You know that.
I always do walk in on the time that you had like a perfectly normal stream and then it just goes to shit and I literally turn up and you're saying something weird and they're like, oh, Raven's in the stream. You literally just had that, didn't you? You say, yeah. You've always said
Yeah.
something really stupid kind of thing that they've made you say and then I walk in and I'm like, you really said that, Trenchy?
Or sometimes I'll be saying some shit because they'll misconstrue something. They'll say something normal. I'll think it's weird, and then we'll get in a conversation about it. Like I was supposed to be helping out a friend night watch, and we
Yeah, it
we were
gets
supposed to be helping them get shit going, and then all of a sudden we were talking about donkey fucking, which I don't know where that came from, but we were talking about how you shouldn't fuck a donkey.
Yeah, we come on your stream and it's perfectly normal for like the first 10-15 minutes. And then it literally, by the end of it, it's just turned into a shit show. It's gone from perfectly normal conversation to hi, how are you? And then we're fucking donkeys and bashing this, that, and the other. And by the end of the stream, you're apologizing to people going, if you've watched this shit show, then, you know, you're a trooper for staying. It's about halfway
Oh, it's got better. There's still kind of shit shows. They're not as bad as they used to be. They're still shit shows, but I don't apologize anymore. I left the apology out.
Yeah, you're like, if you can put up with this shit and get to the end, I don't need to apologize for the stream. You made it this far. You know what you got yourself in for. Trenchy will only cry with what? Trenchy will
Oh
only
yeah, yeah.
Rex.
Okay, here's the thing. So we were on a stream, and I was
Oh,
curious
sweet.
about climbing into the ass of a T-Rex because I just wanted to see if I could climb in the ass. And this dude Marty in the chat told me step by step how I can climb in this dinosaur's ass. Like, so I don't know. You call
Oh,
me
I
weird
mean,
for asking, but you gave me step by step information,
you can
dude.
vouch for Deacon. Oh, Deacon's fine trash picture. I like Deacon.
Deacon's
I have
the dude.
these streams before. I used to go quite a lot, but then his content just got a bit weird and they were I don't know if it got weird, but the conversations would always be perfectly normal. And then they'd go a little off course. And then by the end of it, it was like, whoa, okay. Mostly the ones we tortured him on, to be fair, that kind of went awry, unfortunately. We love you really, Trenchy, but it was so
Oh, I
easy to
know.
just do something
Everybody loves me so much they decide to torture me. It still goes on. Every stream I go on, everybody's like, "Let's torture Trenchy because that shit's hilarious." and I'm sitting there, and either I'm stupid, addicted, or a masochist at this point. But I
We
keep
love
coming
Trench
back for more.
really. Trenchy's lovely, everyone. We love him really. We don't manipulate him for our own entertainment. Most of the time, he does that shit off his own back.
I mean, I love being manipulated for
Crazy
people's
on his
entertainment.
own. He can be crazy on his own. That's
Oh, I
perfect.
am. I am.
He's a nut job by himself. We just
I start
unfortunately,
shit too.
we're an instigator. We influence his craziness.
Yeah, I don't. I start shit too. It's just funny. It's like, and I love you guys for it. We have a good time. It might get crazy, but I love all you guys.
Oh, that's sweet of you, Deacon. He says, Trenchy's our special little brother. He's our way of showing our love and teaching him love can hurt.
I like how he used the term special. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, David. I love you too, man.
oh, you can
You're a
just be your
gremlin.
brother. You've got to be special, Trenchy. Don't you feel special?
Yeah, I feel very special.
Very special. He is a good brother. I've known Trenchy for quite a while, Deacon. I obviously haven't known you as long, but me and Trenchy go back, and it's just fucking hilarious. Every time I meet him, I've got a smile on my face, and his streams just literally brightened up their day. He'd sit there cleaning his toilet for hours talking. I'm like, fuck, I haven't cleaned my house in weeks.
I haven't been cleaning the toilet lately. People really like that. I
Cleaning and
don't know
cleaning his
why.
house, and I'm watching his stream going, fuck me, I should be tidying. I haven't done anything in ages. Like, I don't clean
I
that
don't
much.
know why people enjoyed that, but they did.
Yeah, I'd sit there for hours just watching him clean his house, sitting here looking at my, shithole of a house going, maybe I should clean mine. I should clean my house. But, it was fun. Him, walking around and chatting and shooting the shit, as you want to call it. And, really cool streams. I obviously haven't been there in ages. I have seen you around. I know you did watch along streams, and I do pop in on occasion, but I'm so busy.
You're good.
Luckily, I'm single now, see, so I have plenty of free time on my hands. I'm single.
No apologies. I gotta catch up on you as well.
I'm single now. I virtually live alone, apart from my eldest, who's an adult anyway. So I have plenty of free time now, and with being jobless as well, that also helps. You're alive just a heck of a week. Well, I think everyone's had a heck of a year. I don't know about anybody else, but my year sucked. Complete arse. Complete arse.
Hang in there, Deacon, man. Hang in there.
I became single, homeless, all in the case of a year. It's amazing. I had to become single before the coronavirus hit. Then I had to try and move house during it, which was also fun. And now I can't get a job because we're in a nationwide lockdown and everything is closed. So that's my year wrapped up in a bow. I'm jobless, homeless, and I was single all in the same year. I couldn't have more of a shit year if I tried.
But you're still here. That's a good thing.
That's why I haven't live streamed. If you go back and look, I hadn't live streamed for about 18 months. I was having a shit show of a time.
I get it.
Horrendous time. I used to live stream every week, and then all of a sudden I just stopped it, and people were concerned and worried and messaging me and asking why I wasn't live streaming, and then I stopped putting videos up for a week or two, and everyone was worried.
Yeah, no, I get it.
4 times in the last week, and people are like, "Yeah, Raven's back to live streaming." People have always asked me why I stopped. Where was I? Why weren't I going to people's streams and everything? Because I used to be everywhere, and then I just disappeared off the face of the earth, apparently.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like your live streams are dope too. You're fun. You're very informative. You're nice. You let crazy ass motherfuckers on the panel and the stream like me that you probably shouldn't, but you do it anyways. And we have a good time. I've met some good people over here.
When you're back on your feet, exactly, Deacon. Yeah, I have my own place. I may still be single, but that's my personal choice. And who doesn't like being single and doing their own shit? Let's be honest. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
need a man as such. I have my own money. I have my own house. I'm happy right now. I really am. Amazingly, I'm happy. I've gone through so much shit, but I'm actually happy. I like having my own little flat. I think it's cozy. I like being single. I can do whatever I like. I can live stream for fucking 8 hours a day now if I wanted to, and wouldn't have anyone saying no. I have an
Nice.
adult son who lives with me, but he has a job. He has a girlfriend. He's engaged. He's basically living in his bedroom and living his own life. So I have all the free time in the world.
I mean, you have a very nice looking house. Your house looks very blue.
That's my lights.
Ah, okay. I thought
I've
you
got,
lived in like
no, I
a
can
house
change
made out of
my
Smurf's
house.
blood.
I'm blue, am I? No. Oh, that's
Look
not very
like
good.
you
Big house.
painted the walls with the blood of the Smurfs, which is cool with me. Communist bastard.
I can change
Oh
my life
shit,
where I want.
that's
Yeah.
fucking dope. That's some dope shit right there.
I could have a disco if I wanted. I can do anything with my lights that I choose to. My lights have multiple functions. I can be green, blue, I can have a disco in my house, I can literally rave. Yeah, I
Mhm.
made my house my own, and I liked the idea of being able to change the lights to the aesthetic of the thing I was filming. So what better than to change the color of the entire room?
That is cool for sure.
You know, Christmas time I turned them red, Halloween they were orange, Valentine's I turned them red. I changed them to different times of the year. They fade in, they fade out, they stay on, they flash, do everything.
Mm-hmm.
My house.
Nice.
I can party in my own house by myself. Now these lights I like. Yeah, I got them off Amazon and they cost me, I think it was £15. Really cheap. My
They're
son's
dope
got
like
exactly
for
the
sure.
same thing in his bedroom. He's got a set. My little one's got a set in his bedroom at his place. We've all got lights like this. It's cool now. It's cool. Smurfy. Oh, thank you. Well, they're green now. It's kind of a teal color, but they are green. I think
Oh,
it's
that's
kind
what
of
the
cool.
blood of the
They
Smurfs
do
looks
say
like.
that colours help your mood. They say if you change the ambiance in a room, you can change your mood. So if I'm feeling blue, I just change the color, and it's meant to make you positive. It's probably all bullshit, but you know. So I change the color of my room to make me happy. So what?
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you happy, it's good.
Yeah,
And
they do say
whatever
if
works for
you're blue to put a different color in your room. Cheer yourself up with a bit of colour. I don't know. It probably is all crap, and it got me to buy them, but who cares? My
I
room is
mean,
green, red, and pink. It makes
working,
my
it's
background
working.
better. It makes my background better because my wall is just plain, if not. My
Yeah.
actual wall that's nice is the opposite side, unfortunately. And I liked my room being this way round.
Oh, that's cool. You got
Which
a nice
I
clock.
like fine. Trenchy filmed in a bathroom most of the time. I'm
I film in
sure.
the dark. Yeah, I film in the
I've seen
bathroom.
filming in the dark. You just get your little eyes peeking out.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember
It's
the
like I'm not a professional.
Trent, you remember the conversation of your ownership of a sex pet on Mark's Halloween
Oh,
stream?
it's
You have a
another. Oh no, no. Apparently, I am the sex pet. It's a
you
long
are the
story.
sex for a minute there I thought you got your goat and
Oh, I have not gotten my goat yet. That's a work in progress. I probably shouldn't be saying that in front of these guys. God damn it.
see
Um,
I I did what you told me not to when I said that you like goats and I said I'm gonna buy a t-shirt. I actually did buy a t-shirt and I wear it quite a lot that says I love goat. People do
yeah, you
question
made
on
a
it.
T-shirt, right? You made a T-shirt called "I love goats," and then you made a T-shirt called "Sheep are assholes." Like
You
that was the legendary shit.
I walk around my town with a T-shirt that says "I love goats," and people look weirdly at me all the time. And then there was a sheep fair in town, So I wore "I love goats" going around a sheep fair. You know, I'm that kind of badass.
That's very
Like,
badass. That's like legendary shit.
yeah, it's like I walk around a sheep farm going, "I don't like sheep, I like goats." Like, look at the t-shirt, come on. Pissing a lot of farmers off going around there in a goat t-shirt. It's like, you do know you're a sheep. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm so badass.
That's the shit, man.
The next stream I go on, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna promote goats again. We already
Yeah.
agreed, own your soul, and all sinners must get my permission first. Deacon owns your soul. Wow.
That's a long story. Apparently, like maybe 2 or 3 people own me at this point. I didn't give any of them permission. It just happened. But yeah, apparently I belong to people. So
Yeah.
yay!
Trenchy's my little bitch boy, Deacon. He always has
Oh,
been.
I belong to. Okay, I'll add you to the list of owners. I didn't even know that.
I've known Trenchy's ass since I met him. The first time I met him, I'm literally a bitch to everyone. But Trenchy, I literally warmed up to in a second. His stream, walking in on his stream, and he was cleaning his loo, and I was like, well, this is interesting. And then I heard him talk, and I'm like, yeah, I can, you know, miss the fact that he's cleaning a toilet and just listen to him. And then he was sweeping his house and all this, and I was like, well, this is a weird stream. And then I heard some of the content. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I like him or not. And then it just got weirder and weirder. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to decide at some point whether I like Trenchy or not, because some of the weird shit I'm hearing, I don't know if I can unforget that. Some of that shit you can't forget. So you're like, okay, we're gonna have to make a decision now. Do I keep watching all this crazy stuff and get involved, or do I leave now with my sanity? And I decided to stay. I decided to stay with him, Deacon. Amazingly, he's my. Well, like I say, he's my bitch boy. He's my crazy little man. He's weird as fuck, you know, but he's such a good friend. You're fine. You have the first Dom card. Ah, do I now? So his body is yours and you own his soul. We're gonna share.
Oh,
We're gonna,
I like.
I
God
get your
damn it.
body, Deacon wants your soul. We get to split you 50-50. Me and Deacon are gonna share you. What have you done to my stream, Trenchy? We're now cutting you in half and having different parts of your body.
I mean,
See how the streams go with Trenchy involved, whether he's on the panel, in his own stream. We're time sharing your body. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I felt like the stream needed a little bit of wackiness, and that's what happened. I mean, if you didn't want the wackiness, you knew what you were doing. What you opened the box. You opened the box.
I know exactly what I let myself in for when you come on. No worries about that. You prepare yourself mentally, like, right, Trenchy's coming on, right. The show's going to shit. Well, I'm so glad I get to have his body, Deacon. You know, I don't know. I'm sure his soul is perfectly fine and dark, and I have my own dark soul. I can't have both. That'd be greedy. I don't know
What are you gonna do to my body?
Does Deacon have everybody's soul, or is it just yours he's interested in?
I don't know. Apparently,
How did you get onto a conversation one day where he claimed ownership of your soul?
Okay, what happened was we did the Halloween hootenanny set up by him, and it's like all Halloween they did like there was like 8-10 streams going on, and we were hopping from stream to stream, right? And I was on one of the streams, and Deacon was like drunk, and then all of a sudden, him and Art, this other dude in this chat, Art, another friend of mine, they started to fight over who should own me as a sex slave. I think I don't know how this happened, and I'm gonna take this back because I had told them they couldn't do this because someone had already bought me a long time ago. I was on a woman's stream and something went wrong and I couldn't see what was going on. and she sold me to this dude who lives somewhere near me for 25 cents, and then he wanted me to go work on his house, but I never did. But
Jeez, you were
so
so. Oh,
I
jeez.
I was told on a live stream. This is a true story. That
I mean,
lady's
I
channel is
hear you
gone
do
now.
weird shit, but I've never considered selling you.
Yeah,
Like, I've never
I've
even
never
asked to
considered
own
being
his
sold.
soul. I've never even asked to own his soul, Deacon. Like, that's some weird stuff. I know his streams go a bit weird, but you know, we're going to be selling him off to the devil next, or you know, oh dear God, you do get yourselves in some things, don't you, Trenchy? Good afternoon,
Yeah.
oh good evening, Gemma. It's actually 8 here,
Hey,
isn't it?
Gemma.
I forgot what the time was, Gemma. Time is endless on one of my streams. I've been streaming for like nearly 3 hours. Go me. Woo.
Hey, that's dope.
I don't normally stream for this long, but oh my God, you're so funny. You make me laugh, you do, Trenchy. The stuff you get into, like, oh, a woman tried to sell me and someone wants to buy my soul. It's just a normal day, isn't it? Just a normal
It just,
day. You know, you wake up
yeah.
and wonder, am I going to have my body left? Who's selling me off by the end of the day?
I wake up. Where am I gonna end up today? What conversations are we gonna end up talking about?
Yeah, it is crazy, but that's your normal. That's your normal, crazy normal. That's Trenchy. That's how you
It's
are. That's what makes your YouTube channel good. People come there for the craziness. What's the topic?
maybe.
Oh dear God! Darren asked what the topic of the there's been loads. I bashed Eli for the first hour and gave him a piece of my mind, Gemma. You'll be grateful for that. He deserved everything. You know the backstory of that. Then I talked about what would I talk about? Serial killers. That should really interest you, Gemma. Probably not your thing. And now we're selling Trenchy off to the highest bidder. It's an interesting stream, mind you. It's gripping. Every minute of my stream has been gripping. It's been weird, yes. Don't dispute that. Gripping, yes. We're selling him off.
Apparently,
Soul. We're owning his soul and his body. I get his body.
yeah.
The topic's a little weird for you, Jem. I get that. I can solely see where it's weird. We were talking
I
about serial
apologize
killers.
to Gemma.
I talked
Very
about serial
deeply.
killers. We talked about sheep. We've talked about goats. I slagged Eli off for an hour. I had a panel slagging him off as per usual because you know, there are people out there that hate him and want to join me. We have changed the subject. The first part of it was against Eli because that's what the stream was originally. And then the serial killers came in later on. We have talked about some dark subjects today, Jem. Maybe not all to your liking, but as you know, that's my channel. Serial killers interest you. You love true crime. Wow, really? Okay, that took me aback. There's an entire serial killer series on my channel, Jem. You probably haven't watched it because it's probably not come up in your recommended. It probably hasn't come up in a lot of people's recommended. Hey, do you want to watch serial killers today? No, I'm going to watch some puppies instead. But you know, can't
I
appeal to everyone.
mean, puppies are scarier than serial killers, man. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
know
you
what a puppy's
grab your
gonna
dog.
do.
I'd rather be a serial killer.
Yeah, that puppy might be a serial killer.
Haha, death by goat. That's a whole thing that Trenchy could explain. Death by goat. You,
Oh, oh, okay. So Deacon taught me about one of the most magical experiences on Earth called goat torture.
right?
I mean, I could explain it. It's better if he explains it, but I guess I'll explain it because he's down there. But what happens is, and Deacon, correct me if I'm wrong. So you get someone and you
Yeah.
tie them to a ceiling, like legs and arms spread apart,
Mhm.
and they gotta be naked too, because of course they do. And
Of
then
course.
you cover them in like salt, right? You cover them in salt, and then you release the goats. and the goats will lick the salt, and the salt will dry the goat's tongue, so they'll keep licking, and
That
they'll lick to the bone.
Oh, that's brutal torture. That's nearly as bad as having rats eat through your stomach by heating them up. No.
Oh, what was that other one?
Well, torture
That
by
one.
rats. You put them on your stomach.
Mm.
You put them in a
Mm-hmm.
tin pot. You heat the tin pot up. Then they get really agitated, and the only way to go out is through your stomach by chewing through you.
Exactly.
See?
That's a good one too. That's
See,
like
you don't,
that's a
see,
fucked up one.
unfortunately, you don't know me very well, and I know a lot about torture. Torture and
Oh
death are
shit!
things. They
Well,
are
one time
perfect.
we,
Torture and death
we
are my
gotta
thing.
get you and Deacon on a stream, man. One time, you guys will get along just peachy.
Yeah,
That's good.
I watched some weird and listened to some weird and seen some weird shit, Deacon, in my life. Believe me. I literally research, as I said, serial killers, punishment, torture, you name it, Deacon. I've watched it. I watch some crazy shit. You notice mostly women. I've noticed mostly women are into serial killers. Why is that? Well, I can tell you why women are into serial killers, because most men are serial killers and they kill women, and there's not much of us left. So if we're going to procreate and keep these serial killers coming, we're going to have to take an interest in them. What do you think, Anthony? You like that idea? We have to
I
take an interest
mean,
in serial killers because they're not going to kill people if not. It's going to take away my enjoyment. People have to die. Do you not understand that, Andy? People have to die for my entertainment because I have to be able to watch it. It's a sad thing, really, but it happens.
right?
That is goat torture. Well, nice. See, our chats are different. I thought it was a pipe in the ass and then force the rat in your rectum. Who's that? I don't know. There's got to be from
I
your
don't
side.
know. I invited a couple people, but I don't know who that is.
Pogies, Pogus. I can't fucking. Why can't you people have normal names?
'Cause
He said
I
a
don't
pipe
know.
in your ass and force the rats in your rectum. If you want to do that for torture, by all means, that's entirely up to you. You go ahead, my friend. Anti-cut is the physiological side for me. Exactly, Gemma. I'm not exactly going out killing people. I just have a fascination to watch people being killed. See, it's entirely different. I don't want to murder someone myself. I want to watch somebody else do it. See? High
That makes
legs,
sense.
shut, and allow the rat to do its thing. You
Yay!
are very weird, my friend. But I just said about a rat eating through a guy's intestines. So I'm not exactly one to judge. Same as Raven. Yeah. Yeah, works well. Does it now? Hopefully that isn't talking from experience. Do we have a serial killer in the chat? Because God, I'd love to talk to one. My life goal would be to talk to a serial killer. I would absolutely love that. That's like one of my top things in life. Just to talk to a serial killer would be so much fun.
Yeah.
But that's
You
just
have
me.
to have a
I'm
picnic with the
sorry.
serial killer. No, I was
I'm
saying
weird.
you have a picnic with the serial killer.
Sorry.
You're gonna have a picnic with a serial killer.
Well, I like to chat to a serial killer. People, judge serial killers and portray them how they're like. And I love watching serial killers, listening to them, Talking to a serial
Right.
killer face to face would be so cool, yet so terrifying at the same time. People get murdered
Exactly.
all over, and you're like, sometimes, oh, they're so lucky to be murdered. Well, I'd give to meet a serial killer.
Like I
Not
want to be murdered
murdered.
too, man.
These lucky people that go to prisons and actually interview serial killers for a living. I'm like, this shit's awesome. You'd be terrified and impressed at the same time. Obviously, the
You wanna
reporters. Be careful
you
what you
wanna
wish
silence
for.
the lambs that shit.
Ooh. No, it's just, you can have once, Pogus, or whatever your fucking name is. Get a name people can pronounce. There is a prison pen friend site where you can write to them. Now, see, writing to serial killers, watching them on the TV are two different things. Interviewing a serial killer would be fine. I don't want to create a bond with the serial killer or start a dating relationship with one. I just like talking to them. Like the whole psychological, why did you brutally murder and torture these people kind of thing. Why? What if the cuck wanted to get you after the chat? Huh? What? CK, what? What do you mean? What if the CK wanted to get you after the chat? What exactly do you mean by that, Auntie?
Oh, I think he's like, what if the serial killer wanted to, get you after the chat?
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm waiting for this.
I don't know. I've always wanted to meet a serial killer. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. And serial killer. You're spelling cereal like cereal. Serial killer is spelt differently. People spelt with an S. You are serial killing a box of cornflakes there, my friend. It's spelt differently. Plus, serial killer having your home address is a very bad idea. Yeah, writing to a pen pal for a serial killer to have your address is a no-no. But interviewing a serial killer, while he's in a room talking to you, and you don't give too much away, you don't tell him your name, where you live, or literally that you exist, and you just listen to him. That's why I love watching serial killer programs, like Interview with a Killer or Confessions of a Killer, and you hear their story. That's more interesting. I don't actually want to see a murder, or be part of it, or be the one in it. Sorry, my bad.
Right.
I'm cereal. Yeah, you are killing a box of cornflakes there, my friend. You keep putting serial killer as in actual cereal. Now, if you want to murder a box of cornflakes and be my guest, I just thought I would point that out because it just sounds weird. What would the cereal do after it chatted to me? That would just, people watching this back are going to think we're crazy.
Fuck Lucky Charms. Fuck Lucky Charms. Yeah, just gotta get that in there.
Your anti-Lucky Charms are you? Those tiny little bastards with marshmallow. How dare they? Can't put marshmallow in a breakfast cereal. What's wrong with you people? I'm
I mean,
Irish.
Moji's gonna kill me now, but
You're Irish, kiss my ass. That's what the lad's name means. Is it? Wow. You're Irish. Trash Picture Show. Oh, I'm sure I've seen you before. I know you're friends with Thingy, but he's a bald guy? Is he bald? Is he
yeah, he's bald.
Yeah, he's the bald one, isn't he? And Deacon's Deacon's
Deacon,
oh,
Deacon's a
the one with the
demon.
nice voice, isn't he? Is he the one with the sultry voice? The kind of deep, sultry voice.
Yes, you've listened. I don't think you've typed, but you've definitely listened to some chats. I don't
Yeah,
think you were typing in them.
he's the Irish guy, and he always he's really happy all the time on the streams. He always seems to be really chatty and really happy. And Deacon seems to be the sultry in the back guy, kind of, dark and mysterious in the background. See, I have watched. I do. I'm everywhere. If no one's watched my channel before, I'm everywhere. I'm in everyone's chat. They just don't know it. From one paddy to another, lad. Don't be a bollocks. Okay. Fair enough. Good advice. I don't know what to say to that one. I'm not bald. Well, okay, you're not bald, but you have less hair than everyone else on the stream. I don't know.
thought it was
I have
bald.
to think
My
of
bad. Oh God, I feel like a dick.
I can hear the Irish voice in my head because I know you have streams. Sultry me. Okay, the world's gone mad. Well, you're the dark guy in the background that doesn't appear on camera, and you just use your phone. I've been in the streams. Don't you worry. I've sat in the background while you've all watched a show together, and I've been in the background listening. I'm everywhere, Deacon. People will tell you that there isn't a stream that Raven doesn't see or is behind the scenes of. People will tell you I'm everywhere, and that's true. I am. I go from stream to stream and I hang out. I don't always comment in the chat, but I hang out. Raven, have you seen the movie River's Edge with Keanu Reeves? No, I haven't. I've seen a
I
lot
gotta
of
see
Keanu
that too.
Reeves, but I haven't seen that one. I cut my hair tight. Well, okay, you're clean. I don't know. I had to
I
think of
mean,
something to pick you out of the crowd because I've watched the streams, but it's hard to make an to match you up with the name without saying something.
he's the Irish guy.
The Irish.
He's our.
He's a top of the
It's
mark.
funny.
Yeah.
We have a token Irish guy. We have a token British guy. We have a token demon. We have a token Scottish guy. It's like we don't try to, but we're like a bad '80s movie.
You're like the misfit, aren't you? You're like the Breakfast Club just gone wrong. Just a weird band of merry weirdos.
I
Buzzcut.
think
Oh, exactly, Deacon. That's what I meant. Well, yes, fine. Check it out, Raven. Oh, okay. River's Edge with Keanu Reeves. Fair enough. I'll check it out. I'll check out anything that you suggest, apart from Trenchy, because he watched some weird shit. We can't take Trenchy suggestions because I don't know what the fuck I'll find. I beg to differ when it comes to movies with Trenchy. I did because when he did his put two films against each other, I lost every time. I lost every time in the comments. I'm like, no, that film is shit, and he's bigging up this film. I'm like, oh, I'm just no, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page when it comes to movie. He likes old school. He's very old school, and I like the more gore and blood, the better.
I mean, I like everything. I like a lot of guts, but I also like the old school.
I did have to Google most of the films you mentioned when you did your movie thing against each other. I had to Google some of them. Like, how the fuck is he in this film? Like, goddamn, some of them are well old. And I'm like, how has he watched all of these? And that's obviously the genre you go for. You're more into the old style.
There's a lot of older films I haven't seen, you know? There's a lot.
Yeah, I know, but you like the more old, kind of gritty horror films compared to like, modern day shit that's just, just lame.
I like everything. Like I like a lot of modern stuff as well. I like disgusting shit.
See, it's where I beg to differ. I don't like the modern shit too much. I don't like Halloween films. I can't stand them. Freddy
Fair
versus Jason and all that stuff. It's just ugh. I like the more gory, stuff. That's just me. I like to see people die. I know they die in there, but die properly.
Die properly. I'm stealing that. That's a good
A
quote.
guy going around, with a baseball bat or a fish hook. Like, I want to see someone brutally tortured and messed the fuck up. That's my kind of horror.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. You like one that I suppose it's got more of a storyline to it. I just like to see people being chased and just, murdered. It's a difference.
I do like
Yeah,
storylines, yeah, I get it.
For everyone. I mean, some people class some horrors as horrors, and I don't. That's the goodness of horror movies. There are different ones, and people do differ. That's how you guys do your channels. You all beg to differ. Good banter watching you your favorite horror movie. And what the fuck are you watching that for? Like, I wouldn't sit through 10 minutes of that. And you're bigging the movie up and so passionate about it, and then it flips the other side, and the other guy's like, "Well, that movie's crap," and he's bigging it up, and it's good to watch. You two really do get so invested in it.
I love those guys. I have a lot of fun with those guys, and they've taught me a lot of stuff. They've introduced me to stuff as well. They know a lot more than me. I'm a noob compared to some of those guys.
Oh, I don't know. When you were doing that movie thing, I was googling shit. He's like, this movie from this year, and talking about. I'm like, holy shit! I didn't. I'm gonna have to Google it. I Google most of them. I watched, like I said, certain movies, and you were saying, well, this one's really good and that one's really good. And I've never even heard of them. Never even heard of them. That's how goth I am. I watch horror movies that, and then there's just ones I've never heard of.
Yeah, a lot of them I'd never heard of till I met these people. You meet people, you learn things, and you make friendships, and it's a good time. It's what YouTube's about, man. YouTube's about sharing your passions and having fun, not bringing people down.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I'll agree with that. We'll just
Yeah, no,
forget the hour of my show.
yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not saying you. You're defending yourself. I'm saying other people shouldn't, be bullying people.
I mean, this has been the funner part of the thing, The first part was because I felt I had to, and then obviously you came on and it's changed entirely, which is good. I like the fact that
Well,
it's changed. I did what I wanted to do at the time, and this has made me smile a bit more. It cheered me up.
what I need to do. I do not condone drama, but if I can come in and make people feel better and support my friends, I will, no matter
Yeah,
what.
I own half your body. Deacon owns your soul. Is not a bad stream, is it? I mean, it could be worse.
Not bad at all. Not bad
Could
at all.
be worse. Could be worse.
Could be very worse.
Yeah, that would be your stream, not mine.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. Maybe I will do one tonight. I don't know though, because my
We've
shit.
tried to keep my stream sort of tame, serial killers, torturing people, murders, pen pals in prison. See, we're taming the line on this one on my
Yeah,
chat.
we'll get into the crazy shit tonight.
Crazy shit is Trenchy's channel. Mine's kind of Raven. Have you seen Martyrs? Yes, I have multiple times. I watched the shit out of that film. It is brilliant. I like the fact that it's in French. I like the fact that it's in French because
Yeah, I
I can
heard that
understand
one.
French. They don't water down the yank. They what? Don't watch the yank. They water it down. There's a different
Oh,
version. Yeah,
he's talking
I
about the American remake.
yeah. No, I actually own the French version and I watch it repeatedly. I was shocked the first time. Don't get me wrong. It shocked me when I first watched it. Being skinned alive is like. That was some crazy shit, and it is hard to watch. Don't get me wrong, that film is hard to watch, just for a normal person, let alone someone like me that actually likes that kind of movie. That was hard to watch it the first time. I actually did consider not finishing it. Now I just
That is
watch it.
one I have to see.
It is a
I
crazy. It's crazy.
I've heard a lot of things. I've watched a little bit of French extreme horror. I've seen High Tension, which is brilliant. Uh,
There's quite a few films I'd like to see that are probably not available in my country. Most of the horror
yeah.
movies I want to see are banned. Quite a few of them are banned. I want to
Uh,
see the August Underground series. That's banned, I believe, over here. I want
I've
to
heard
see
of it.
the Siberian movie. I believe that's banned over here as well. There's quite.
You don't want to see a Serbian film.
I
You don't
know.
want to.
I've heard about that shit, and I'm
You
intrigued.
don't.
Amazingly, there's quite a few I'd like to see. I'd like to
I
see
mean,
the Hannibal. Is it called the Hannibal? What's the cannibal one? There's a cannibal one. Oh, I can't think what it's called.
Cannibal Holocaust.
That one. Haven't seen that either, and I'd love to see it. But most of the
Is
films that are really
that
good are banned in my
that's
country.
on
They're
YouTube?
sucky.
I
They're
don't
sucky.
know if it's blocked on your side, but it's on YouTube. Cannibal Holocaust uncut.
Quite a few films I want to see like that because the UK are such a-holes. They ban them before you even get a chance to see them, and all I have now is little tidbits here and there. They're weird films. I don't. I mean, Siberian movie. I've had a lot of shit. I've even read the synopsis for that film, and people are like, "Don't watch it. You can't unsee that shit. Don't watch it." They're like, once you see it, it's in there. It's in your head. You can't unsee the movies you watch, which I guess is true. You can,
That's
you
a
know.
little too far for me. I'm like, fuck,
Boy, just
fuck
another
that
good
movie.
movie. It's like if The Thing and Hellraiser had a baby. Wow. You'll have to give me some movie recommendations because you're
Yeah,
giving me
these.
some ones here trash. Mine are probably a bit weird. Like I said, some of the films I want to see are just shit crazy. But that's my genre, unfortunately. That's the kind of shit I like. Which is not attractive to a guy.
I mean, Cannibal Holocaust is the shit. Like, that's a great movie. I like
I've
that
heard
movie.
stories behind that they thought the cast had actually been murdered and they had to prove they were alive. Like, I've got to see this shit. You know, I have to see this now. I want to see how bad it was for them to suspect the people had actually died in the movie for real. You know,
You
like
know,
like how can you have a movie like that? Like, this has got to be
the
cool. It's got to be worth a
the
watch.
thing is these people went out in the middle of the jungle, found a real tribe. No one was actually really murdered, but it was a real tribe. They killed real animals, like they murdered real animals. They ate all the animals, of
They slaughtered
course. But
animals and gave it to the tribe. Yeah, I did hear about that.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
made me want to watch the movie. As bad as that sounds, the more real the film for me, the better.
I
I know
mean,
I should be careful what I watch because, like I said, some shit you watch you can't unsee it.
yeah.
Kind of thing. Siberian movie is rough. So you got it in Ireland. Maybe I can get it then. Couldn't make it all the
Wait,
way through.
how the?
See, I wanted to see. It's called August Underground, and that's a series where they murder people as well. And there was another one called Someone's Missing, and this girl was tortured and kept. And I managed to get a copy of that one. It's available here in Ireland. It should be available in the UK. Oh, okay. I got told it was banned because it was that bad. I've heard some of the stuff in the movie. And I was like, well, God, they're not going to show that in the UK, are they?
Have you ever seen the Poughkeepsie
Sorry.
tapes? Have you ever seen the Poughkeepsie tapes? Like the Poughkeepsie tapes? I don't know how to say it right. But,
No, no. Like I said, quite a lot
that's
of shit in the UK gets banned because they're just, sad fucks. I have to get
like
stuff on the sly and backdoor
right.
transactions to get shit to watch or
Oh, we
pirate,
do here too.
you
Because
know.
if you don't have the cash, you gotta do some shit. You gotta get it
Well,
your own way.
it's the kind of stuff I like to see. In the UK, they're so tight here, they just don't want you to watch it. I know some of it is a bit out there, mind you. I don't dispute that. Like I said, I've read the synopsis for Siberian movie and I know what I'm getting myself in for, and I still want to fucking watch it. Like, why would you read it and then just want to watch it? Well, because it's interesting. It's the fact they managed to actually make a movie out of it and actually get it made, I suppose. Like,
Hmm.
someone actually sat there and thought of this movie, got a production together, and made the bloody thing. It got that far from being just a thought to actually being made. That's the more weird shit than the actual film itself. Someone actually made
Exactly.
the thing. Well, you think a bloke who's a horror fan wouldn't find it attractive that you're into metal stuff. Some guys, myself included, that would be the holy grail. I don't know. I've watched some shit over the years, and my partner back in the day, when I wasn't single, wouldn't watch any of it. He didn't like it at all. We were totally different when it come to movies, completely. I made him watch some of my shit, and he was like, "Nope, nope, not watching that," which is perfectly fine. You know,
Yeah.
I just stopped getting him to watch movies with me. I just started watching them by myself, which is probably why I'm single now. Um, scare him off. But he stayed with me for 13 years and put up with me and watched all my kind of crap. So got to give the guy credit. He tried.
Hmm.
He persevered more than anybody else. But no, I do read up on each movie before I kind of watch it. I don't just go in there blindly. I have heard stuff about certain films I want to see, and they haven't detracted me from seeing it, which is weird. I should be horrified.
I get it.
I should be like, no, why would you want to watch that shit? And I'm not. I'm actually more intrigued. Which is
Yeah.
terrible. Poughkeepsie takes Trenchie, the girl who has a reverse what? I can't read that. A reverse something with her boyfriend's head.
That's a crazy ass movie. That Poughkeepsie tapes is some fucking fucked up shit.
I don't understand what that word is, trash, but I'm sure I can make up an analysis that it's probably not good. Reverse something with boyfriend's head. Wow. Okay, that sounds. I would say it's my kind of thing, but people are just going to be like, "This crazy bitch, I'm out of it."
You're not crazy. You're just
Like,
into some extreme
crazy,
shit. You're just hardcore. There's nothing wrong with that. We all like what we like.
People that have stuck it out. Do you know, all my friends have left and all yours have stayed.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry. I probably should have. I apologize for that. You know.
That's perfectly fine. You know, there are sides to me. You know, I'm not all girly and rosy and all this stuff. Like Gemma said, she likes serial killers, for God's sake. I'm not the only person. I'm the only person that likes talking about them and movies that are a bit off the beaten track, but you're goth, that's for sure. Well, thank you, Auntie Cuck. I'm so glad you sat here for 3 hours and determined I'm actually a real goth. Yeah. I haven't spent since I was 11 just pretending to be a genuine goth. Genuine goth. I literally walk around graveyards. I watch shitty ass horror movies. You know, I have my pentangle. I have my candles where I worship the devil. You know, just normal shit that people do. It's just that not everyone on YouTube knows that. I keep some of that shit to myself. I keep some of that to myself. You know, I walked in a graveyard today and I filmed it. I wouldn't normally. I'd normally walk in there and keep that shit silent. Where the baby, she has a reverse. Is there? Oh dear God, no. Okay, trash picture.
I forgot that happened in that movie. Yeah.
This is Erin with her boyfriend's head. Okay. Yeah, your spelling is fine. Now you've explained it. I get it. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry about the spelling. I believe me, I didn't have a warped enough mind to think that's what you were saying. See, I was trying to be normal. That is bad. That is a bad thing. I don't know. I think Siberian movie probably outdoes that. There's worse things than that.
Yeah, Siberian movie definitely.
Siberian movie is some fucked up druggies, weirdest movie I think I've ever heard of. But August Underground is a fucked up series that I haven't managed to find yet because I can't get it here.
Yeah,
I'm very kind of weird. Are you? You like John Waters movies and indie movies? I don't know who John Waters is. And indie movies, do you mean things like Blair Witch? Because that's shit. Sorry. I hate Blair Witch. I don't like Blair Witch, Auntie Cuck. If that's what you mean by an indie movie, possibly. I don't really know what you mean by indie. Like I said, I'm only really a horror fan. I don't know a lot about horror, but the shit I watch, I like.
Yeah.
I try and learn. But there's so much horror out there nowadays. So many B movies, and you could be stuck forever trying to watch horror. There's just too much.
For sure, it's an extensive genre.
Yeah, there are horror movies, they don't just come out at Halloween like people think. They do come out all year round. People don't just watch horror just because it's Halloween. I watch it day in, day out.
Yeah.
I don't watch any other movies. I'm not really into anything else. I'm not into cutesy little rom-coms and love stories and all that fucking shit. Makes me want to vomit.
I movies, but I get it.
I mean, you're not exactly going to sit there and watch a girly film, are you? I mean,
I mean, it
you
depends. It
probably watch
depends.
more than horror. You're probably into action and all these thrillers and all this other stuff. You're probably a lot different.
I like a little bit of everything, but I'll watch some romance. I'll watch some chick flicks if they're good. You know, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, that's why I beg to differ. I can't stand chick flicks, rom-coms, any of that. Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
I get
No
it.
one dies in any of them. Raven, if myself, Deacon, and Trenchy had a discussion stream on the video nasty outbreak in the UK and the effects of Mary Whitehouse on the rating system in England, would you like to take that? See, I don't go on many people's streams because, as I said, Raven is elusive. I am there, but I'm not. You go to any person's stream and they won't know I'm there. And I'll have my name mentioned and I'm in the background listening. That's how I know people are talking about me because I keep my ear to the ground and I circulate. See?
Yeah.
Can't let off too much that I'm here, there, and everywhere because then people would know and people wouldn't talk about me and then I wouldn't hear the lovely things they had to say. Pink Flamingos is a classic. I've never heard of that either.
Oh, I've never seen it, but I know a drag queen eats shit in it, so you know that's a thing.
I would say you have some weird friends, Trench, but you're part of them. You kind of go with them, Mung. Thank you for the movie suggestions that possibly will either shock me for the rest of my life or literally make me want to vomit. It's a 50-50 chance, isn't it?
Ooh, we could throw in Meet the Feebles. That might induce vomiting, but that's a great movie.
You know, the movies here, you'll either like them, hate them, or never watch them again. It's kind of 50-50, you know. All movies are different and it's different to different people. Some people will vomit at certain stuff, some people will find it hilarious, other people will be offended. That's the good thing about horror. There's a bit for everybody, or you can watch, you know, poltergeisty shit that's just boring where no one really dies and they're just monotonous and the same. Every genre is different. Mine just happens to be brutally murders constantly, which is why, like I said, why I'm single. It's a hard thing for people to get into.
I mean, I know a lot of people on here that love the brutal movies, man. Lot of dudes that are into that. They like their gore.
Unfortunately, that's the genre in. I like watching being tortured and murdered in various mutilating ways or hearing them scream. It's fun. I see a guy being tortured and I'm laughing my ass off.
Yeah, man.
I'm psychotic, Auntie. That's what it is. I'm psychotic. I have something
Nothing
wrong.
wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
I'm like
wrong with that.
people need to dive into me and find out why I'm so fucking weird. But there's no cure for this weirdness. This is it. This is me. I can't be cured, unfortunately. I've gone too far down the rabbit hole, and unfortunately, there is no way back out. This is it. Serial killers, deaths, graveyards. You have to fit in with that to be part of me now.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I've been like this since I was 11. I've literally lived my life like it. That's how it is. There is no changing at this point in time. I wouldn't want to be normal, and
Well, normal's overrated.
It's there isn't a normal in my eyes. I'm not normal, but people always say, well, what's normal? Well, probably the shit I watch isn't normal, or the things I say aren't normal, or the things I do. But then to somebody else, it is perfectly normal, the stuff I do. Like you guys liking the slasher movies and horror and that. It doesn't sound weird to you, but me telling somebody else I like watching people being brutally murdered, they're like, oh, okay.
Well, we get shunned for liking horror, but some of the people looking down on us liking horror like action. What is action? People brutally murdering each other. The same It's the same genre. Same genre. Yeah, it's the same thing, different genre. That's what I meant.
Yeah, horror is a big platform of different horrors. Not all horror is just blood and gore and bludgeoning people to death. That's very
Exactly.
stereotypical of saying, well, you watch horror, obviously people just being maimed and killed. Well, that's possible. That's hence the horror thing in it. It's not all roses and flowers in there, mate. Someone has to
Yeah.
die in a horror movie eventually. They don't always die. I'm sure
Hmm.
there are horror movies there where people don't die. No, not everyone has to die in a horror movie. I know it's typical that people die in them, but if you don't want to see people die, you wouldn't watch a horror movie. Go watch something else.
Exactly. Like there's psychological, there's ghosts,
Yeah.
you got your zombies, your monsters. Love the monsters. You
And you've
got
got your monster
slashers.
horror. You could watch Cloverfield for your monsters. You could go watch Saw for your psychological thrillers. You can
Mhm.
go watch Blair Witch if you want to see someone blubber in the woods. There's so many genres in horror. It's not just someone's being brutally murdered and no, that's just people just scapegoating. It's the same as
Yeah.
being goth scapegoated that I like cemeteries, vampires, I worship Satan. Like I said earlier, the woman that called me, she told me I should burn in hell as I walked through the town centre, she was voicing her opinion.
Right, right.
I
Like
don't know.
I wear a trench coat. Everybody thinks I'm gonna go shoot up a school. I don't shoot up schools, by the
The
way.
Columbine murders, they're like, oh, he's wearing a trench coat. He must be a serial killer or a mass murderer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Oh,
walked
believe
through
me.
town with a top that was very jokey and said pizzagram. It was a pizza in the shape of a pentangle, and the woman told me to burn in hell. That's how personal.
That's some funny shit. That
That's
is
how.
some funny shit. You had a pizza box shaped like a pentagram. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, the top said pizzagram at the top, and then it was a pizza that was in the shape of a pentagram. And when she walked past me, she told me to burn in hell.
Yeah. Well, you'll meet her there for sure.
Walking, she literally came because we were passing each other, and she kind of looked at me weirdly, and then she just came right near me as she walked past and told me to burn in hell, and then she just walked off, and I was like, "Is that it? You're not going to roast me anymore? That was literally it. You want me to burn in hell? I don't even get to argue with you." She just walked off. That was literally it. Her argument was burn in hell, and she didn't want to hear my side of it. But I just liked pizza. She just
It's like,
That was funny though. It was in the town centre. There were people around, and she literally just shouted it at me like some crazy woman. You get like in America that come up to you and go, "You've got the devil in you." It's like burn in hell, and then she just walked off. I'm like, who the fuck does that? Like if I walked up to an old lady in the street and just shouted, "Oh, you old bag," then I'd be arrested.
yeah,
She got to
exactly.
burn in hell and just walk off and carry on doing her shopping just because she's old. Raven, you and Deacon
Old people could get away
separated at
with
birth
murder.
now. I'm separated from Deacon, am I? Well, I mean, I don't
Uh,
know personally, but possibly. People are
you
free
have
to like.
similar things for sure.
Am I? See, I haven't watched many of your streams. I must admit, I am a bad person like that. People are free to like what they like. Exactly. I noticed a
Yeah.
lot of women are interested in murder mysteries. Yeah, I watch true crime. I watch Confessions of a Serial Killer. I plan to watch the Cecil Hotel series thingy on Netflix. I plan to watch the Night Stalker that's now on Netflix. I basically spend my day researching or watching serial killers or writing about them. It really is creepy to people, but you know, so what? Sometimes horror have
Yeah.
heroes and then they kill, and when they kill, it's for revenge. Yeah, I mean, like I said, my horror isn't to everyone's taste. I don't expect people to be,
Mm.
you know, it's going to be hard to find a boyfriend that likes to sit there at night and just watch serial killers all the time. I mean, there's not exactly like a list of men out there just good sense of humor, likes to watch serial killers, has a thing for murder. It's not
You'll
really
be
going to be
surprised.
my dating app.
You would be surprised for sure.
It's not on my dating profile, if you're wondering. I didn't put I like serial killers and murder on there. I'm going to lure him
Right.
in a false sense of security, meet me, and then tell him I like serial killers and blindside him.
That's a good strategy for sure.
And then I'm
I
let him
sadly have to go. My battery's down to like 5%, but this was fun. Thanks for having me on, and keep
welcome,
your
Trin.
head up.
Thank you
You
for
know,
coming on my stream. Like I said, this won't be my content forever. It's just, I'm a
I get
woman.
it.
I'm pissed.
I
I'm a woman. I'm
understand.
pissed, basically.
I understand. Just never feel like inferior or anything because of it. You know,
Oh, I won't,
uh,
Trin. I've
and
got
try not
you.
to get too worked up.
I own you.
You know,
I own you. You're mine now, Trenchy.
apparently, I got to talk to that bastard about that. We gotta.
Talk to Deacon. He's literally siphoning off your body parts.
I know that's not okay. We did not have an agreement. We got to work on that
Best
contract.
friends.
Better.
Why are you selling my body to people? Why, Deacon?
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, you have a nice
Well, thank you,
night. I
Trenchy.
think. Right?
I will tune into a stream when you do it, Trenchy. You can send me the link to it. Tell me when
Oh,
you're
for
going
sure.
live. Send it to me on my Twitter. You have my Twitter.
Yeah. I'll private message you for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I might do one tonight. I probably won't, but I might. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Whenever you go, just message me and I will be in the chat this time, not just lurking.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Um. Yeah. You have a nice night. Stay frosty.
You too. Stay frosty as well.
Always. But
Bye, Trenchy. Aw. Well, wasn't that nice of Trenchy to come on my stream? Well, thank you to everybody that's been watching. I have had 2 people on my streams too. I've had Coach J Rum, where we bashed the shit out of Cooch Eli, and we've also had Trenchy on here, where we've talked about serial killers, murders, and selling Trench's body to the highest bidder. Thank you to Auntie Cuck, who I still don't know who you are. The Trashed Picture Show. Thank you to Deacon. Thank you to all my friends that disappeared when we started chatting about weird stuff. I'm not surprised you left. My stream did get a little bit crazy, but that is all Trenchy's fault, as he said. It's Trenchy's fault. He's always to blame for this weird shit. If you want to see me again, like I said, I'm going to hopefully go to Trenchy's stream at a later date. Possibly. I'm a busy lady with loads of people to troll, supposedly, so I'm fairly busy. But yeah, if any of you go live Trash Picture Show, Deacon, Trenchy, whoever, follow me on Twitter or Instagram and send me a link or message me in the comments on here if any of you ever go live. I will try and join in. I'm not the best when it comes to joining in because I'm quite quiet. But Trenchy does bring me out of my shell. So if you want to see more from me, please give me a big thumbs up. Big up this thing. I will see you later, Trench Martin. Bye, Arthur. Bye, Trashed. Thank you, Deacon. I'm so glad I have half of Trenchy's body and you can have his soul. And I will hopefully see you all for film for another video very soon. Take care and thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye.